Hey, everybody. I hope all is doing well. I'm going to try to keep it down and, keep a nice, calm, peaceful attitude because I'm nice and pleasant person. Nice, peaceful, serene person. No, seriously, I had to do a lot. Before I went live, I had to talk have a lot, talk a lot about this before I went live because otherwise I'd be like irate because I don't listen to these hate channels, and you guys know that, and that's why I ask you not to send it to me. But this particular one, this clip, now it was on that Torch Spotlight, who isn't a hate channel or anything, so it's not about that channel. That's where I heard this because, I went there. I've been looking at the stuff that this person's been posting about Cher, and they've been on it. Somebody, I think, sent me this particular one, and I was like, I knew I shouldn't have probably listened to it, but I did to a couple minutes, and I was actually absolutely appalled. And you're gonna you'll see. I'm sure hearing it back, I'm gonna get pretty heated. I didn't hear all of it. I couldn't even listen to more than 2 minutes because it was so repulsive. I couldn't believe that anybody could even be that obsessed about somebody, and that it just so happens to be me that these people are obsessing about. And like, I don't even know these people's names. Like this woman, like what, she feels this much anger towards me that she really truly feel like, oh my god. Okay, sorry, I can't keep. Here, I'll read what I said here. I wrote this out much better to this clip right here from this channel that we're gonna watch it, and you'll get my reaction on the spot, so that should be fun. Hey, country girl, Pintintin, Michelle, Pretty Sweet Pea, Roxy, look, all the good people, Deb, Sue, Bugs, Ava. Okay, sorry if I miss you. I'm just getting right into it. I said, trust and believe. I love what this channel is doing, but the jerk. I say jerk because it's, the name of the channel, which, you guys, by the way, this channel, Circle Jerks, these are all old mods of mine that turned on me and teamed up with Six Up. They made that channel to go after Six Up originally. I'm not, you can't even make this shit up. That channel was it used to be a Six Up hate channel that they made. And then they turned into Ziggy haters and teamed up with Six Up. And I mean, it's absolute biggest, like, low life, no backbone having piece of shit, like I say here. I mean, like, what the fuck? Anyways, and now you listen to him in this, she says things like, I'll always stand by Six Up. It's like, wow, you're set your sights high, I must say. So I say trust and believe. I love what this channel is doing, but the jerk talking in this clip is so full of it. I could not continue to listen. Her trying to distance her and the other jerks, as she put it, is laughable. How about you show that chat of that same video you pulled up there, Miss Ma'am, the one with Cher, Justin, and others on panel? You were saying you don't see any jerks. You guys were the main ones in chat, so stop lying. You never said anything then, but now when crap has backfired, you don't agree with it, and you think Cher should have stayed the course. Guys, wait till you hear how this woman's talking. Like, okay, I don't care whether you like me or not, but even hearing her talk, even without knowing it's about me, is like the absolute, like, most repulsive thing. And then when I hear it, it's like, oh my god, this woman is like insane. Like, these people, and they sit there and obsess about me 24/7, and They truly feel like Cher, like they were totally hoping, promoting in the background, telling, oh, you should have stayed the course. You should have continued getting info. Cher fumbled. Oh, foul ball. Cher fumbled the ball, guys. She's, you know, the whole plan. She was supposed to scam the community and get actually some good info. She fumbled when she started talking about my daughter, says this woman. She fumbled the ball, guys. Shucks. Shucks, she couldn't continue scamming the fucking community. Actually, I think we should just listen to this because, like, you guys, some of you guys that haven't heard this are going to be lost.
I'm just going to get straight.
I'm not going to be able to get far through this without stopping it and probably going off. So, this is this crazy lunatic here who I have no idea what I have done to her to ever deserve this kind of craziness. Like, hello. Like, holy crap, dude. And she's like nearly 60 years old or something. And what the hell is happening?
Into it. So as most of you all know, with the Ziggy
so by the way, little back story to this, the jerks, I guess, go live. The circle jerks go live because I guess they people were trying to say that they were behind the whole Cher thing and stuff. And I guess here they want to say they don't claim Cher. It's basically the whole point behind this whole, you know, public service announcement. Oh, we don't back Cher is basically their these people, same people who backed Lolita, the number one scammer. What about that whole situation with Lolita and that scammer you guys backed? That whole situation. I think we should revisit that because that is freaking laughable that you were gonna. These people are the lowest of the low, like pieces of shit, guys. These are the same people that literally came on here when my ex passed away and told people I killed him. Like, that's how disgusting these people are. And now they're saying things like Cher should have stayed the course.
Drama. Somehow, some way, the jerks, and I'm a part of the jerks. We have been dragged into this mess. Somehow we've been dragged into this, and I kind of had a feeling we would.
How'd you know? Did you think maybe by the fact that you guys were in the chat, like cheering it on the whole time and promoting it, like you guys were definitely in the chat of that live that you pull up here in a second?
So we had absolutely nothing to do with this. Now, I don't care who likes Cher. Y'all already know the drill in here, okay? I am not Team Cher. I never worked with this lady. Never. Okay? Let me pull this up real quick.
I have it pinned.
All right. Gee. Let's keep going. Let's move around.
Thanks. I'm guessing Fred's going to need actually never told me when the deposit was due.
Who are these people, y'all? Benny Keys, Ron Finds Truth, Justin, and Cher. I don't see me or a jerk up there.
You know, I had to really...
I don't see me.
You don't see one of those four people up there. Suddenly, the jerks suddenly are just completely free of any involvement in the fuck shit of the freaking whole scam. The whole fucking polygraph scam, which Benny had, you know, nothing to do with either. So it's weird that he's and as far as I know, Justin didn't either. As far as clumping those people together, you know, it's kind of weird. It'd be one thing if it was a group of people being like, yeah, we scammed Ziggy, and they're all together to announce it. Dude, you were in the chat, and you right in this chat, right along with it. You absolutely were. You had no problem with it then. You've only had a problem with it when it backfired, and I think it's hilarious.
Because I would have just...
I don't see any of the jerks.
You should have known that was going to get out.
Let's go all the way to the end. Where are any jerks in any of this? Let me start at the beginning. In my opinion, Cher fumbled. Cher fumbled this whole thing with going to expose Ziggy.
She fumbled.
Let me stop sharing for a minute.
Fumbled, guys. Listen to
Okay,
this.
she fumbled. What she should have done was, if she wanted to expose Ziggy, stay the course, stay on track, keep focused. When you started playing personal shit about her child, you lost the plot. I don't care about her sending weird lingerie pictures to
It's lingerie.
This was about the polygraph test, and this was about how Ziggy was treating you. You should have only played that.
How Ziggy was treating you? You should see. She was thinking, because Cher's saying, "Oh, Ziggy, what yelled at me?" Yeah, because when I yelled at you, it was because I knew you were up to something, and that's why you won't share any of that stuff, because that's what it was. It was me calling you out, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "We're not playing games. We're not going to do that. That better not be what is going on," type shit. Anytime I would see some kind of fuck shit, I would talk like this, like I am now. And telling people that Cher should have stayed the course, guys. Should have stayed the course and continue scamming the community to get info on me, private info on Fred and myself, but should have just stayed away from my daughter. These same people who exploited have talked about my fucking my child. Sorry for using F word, my child, like over and over again. But seriously, hey Diana. She never mentioned Cher scamming everyone and just telling Cher how she should have exposed Ziggy. What's lingerie? I don't know. Maybe the same thing as her friends. Like, maybe she got that because her friend Tangeray
played any personal business about her child. No matter how I feel about Ziggy, you lost the people. Okay?
Shut up.
Now, Ziggy exploits her own child on her own.
No, I fucking
We
don't.
all know this.
Oh,
we all know what Ziggy has done.
Oh, we do?
What personal business she has put out on her own.
Oh, my personal business that I put out? Are you fucking for real? You mean the personal business that you guys have? You're literally stalking my life and trying to become friends, have people be friends with me to get personal info on me. That's exactly, what the fuck are you talking about? That's what you've been doing.
Child.
That's like, but you should have, like, literally, who made this woman the moral authority? For real. This person right here.
For you to do it, Cher, well, that's something totally different. I don't agree with the mother doing it, but a random stranger off the internet, you had no business. You should have kept it to, and only to, the screen record, whatever, voice notes that you had recorded or phone calls you had recorded, which I think they were actually voice notes coming from Messenger on Facebook. That's what you should have played. But
she knows so much about it. See? How do you know how we all talked? How did you know how we were communicating? You know a lot of details about what was happening behind the scenes. That is fucking weird. How do you know that's how we communicated? It was mostly by voice notes. I should kept it in recordings. And when you say phone calls, well, I think it was mostly Facebook Messenger. She corrected herself. Because guess what? It was Facebook Messenger the whole time, except one phone call. So weird how this fucking weirdo right here knows that. She's literally telling that Cher should have stayed on track, should have kept going, like the whole plan. They had a plan the whole fucking time, guys. They're admitting it right here. And then she's going to continue to bring up Six Up and say Six Up would have never agreed either. So they're even admitting of being involved and being a part of it, but yet Cher crossed the line when she brought up my child. That is so, and you think this is something for, like, she should get some kind of accolades? Like, she was pretending to be my friend for 3 months, since July, to be exact. And she got nothing. Nothing. Woman, she got 0. But the first chance she heard something happen with my daughter, you know how many days it was after that she turned on me? It was like the next day or 2 days after. because she's like, yes, I got it. Info on her daughter. That's all she fucking had. But no, Cher screwed it up. She fucked it up. She messed it all up. This is unreal. Do these people actually believe this shit that they're saying?
Again, I'll say, Ziggy is no victim. But you know what you did? You made her a victim. Once you played anything personal about.
See, that's what she's mad about. She's mad that it backfired. That's what you're mad about. You are a freaking white trash. Seriously, I imagine this woman, like I said on my post, sitting there smoking a cigarette, a Pall Mall, full flavor, probably no filter, sitting there with a glass of whiskey, chasing her fucking pills, smoking her crack, whatever, in her dark basement with pictures all over, my pictures all over a wall. That's what I imagine. This is so fucking weird. So fucking weird. I don't even know what this woman's name is. And they spend this much time. Like, she is mad that this backfired. That's the only thing. She is only mad at Cher for fumbling. You listen to the words she's telling on herself completely. And telling that they were absolutely behind the scenes the whole time. Hearing that they were all behind it. And now they're mad at Cher because she fumbled. See what's going to happen? They're going to start pointing fingers at each other, guys. And they're going to start telling on each other. I know, RJ, it is pretty sad. And these women are like 60, 55 to 65 years of age or so. Like, and they're, like I put on my post, they're at least 10 years plus my senior, most of them. And this is how they act. And I don't even know her name, this woman's name. And she is so obsessed. And so, she was trying to be my friend for 3 months. And that's all you fucking got. And you weirdos can't fucking, you're mad because I am who I say I am. And now you're mad because, Ziggy looks like a victim. And it backfired. Oh no, people are having sympathy for Ziggy. This is horrible. Oh my God, I can only imagine, country girl. I asked her, I tried asking her ex-boyfriend that, like, because I'm like, does this woman have pictures of me hanging up in her closet or something somewhere? Like, he didn't answer it, but, like, that's how I pictured it. You can advertise this woman's channel right here. The Torch Spotlight. That's what I would do. Just not the Jerks channel. Because, yeah, I would definitely promote the Torch Spotlight. She's trying to, it looks like whoever this is at 852. They just need 148 to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm sure they would really appreciate it. If you guys could share that channel, I'd appreciate it. And I did put it in the description too, if you guys do want to go back to this. And this channel is putting out all the hypocrisy on Cher. I have no idea who's behind it. I swear, I promise you. I just looked at the time at 10:10, right when I said that. And he says, I don't get why they have such an obsession over you. These people's lives must be so desolate and miserable for them to band together. It's so sad. It is. And that's why listening to it, honestly, if this was anybody, I don't care who it was, an obsession over 6-Up, or I would be like, dude, you have a problem. That's not normal. Like, what has this person, what have I ever done to this woman? Like, I don't even know her name. I've never even talked about her. Like, are you kidding me? This is, you obsess over somebody like me over here trying to mind my own business, and you're obsessing, this is your life? Like, I don't understand how you guys have time. I was just talking with a friend, and they were like, how do they have time for this stuff? Because they're always wondering what I'm doing with my time, It's like they're spending all day of their life trying to figure out what I'm doing in my life. And we're sitting over here. Cher spent 3 months of her life pretending to be our friend, all while talking in the background with these fucking lunatics and people like Ryan Finds Truth and Six Up, thinking that they were going to get some dirt. 3 fucking months, guys, and got nothing. Nothing. The same thing I've told you guys always. Then she gets some private information should have never been put out there. That was not her right to put out there. And now these people don't want anything to do with it. When I say these people, I mean this woman right here. That's not even freaking her. None of them come on camera. None of them. Well, I think she does some, but she's obviously miserable in her life because why? This is how you spend your time, like your free time. No way, Rihanna. There's no way.
Her child. I don't care if she's almost 18. Lingerie. I say that on purpose. If you know, you know. Let me make another thing clear.
Oh, so she was talking about, oh yeah, you were saying lingerie, like lingerie, like, see, I'm psychic, I'm telling you.
What Six Up does is what Six Up does. That's her business. She's still my friend. I still got love for her. Believe that. Believe that. But this whole working with Cher, she wasn't actually working with Cher. Cher came to her. And a lot of other people. Okay? But do not entangle the jerks in this foolery.
You literally are in it. You said she should have stayed the course. She fumbled it. What the fuck is wrong with you, lady? As she has this gun, she has this holding, like, this woman thinks she's a badass. Like, she literally thinks she's a badass on the internet holding this gun. Like, that's what the image shit she's trying to portray. That she is some kind of badass that is on here that, gets to come on here and tell people how to live and who to be and when to talk and what says goes. Like, that's the image she's trying to portray. And this woman is so insecure and miserable that this is what she does with her life. While she's trying to portray that she is somebody much better. She sounds a lot like Fred's sister. And if I didn't know better, I would think she was Fred's sister. But I've actually seen this woman in real life. Kind of looks like Fred's sister, not gonna lie. Definitely a piece of shit like Fred's sister in that way, for sure. But I've never done anything to this woman. This is the first time I've ever spoke. I ignore her. I don't talk about her. She has nothing. There's nothing I've ever done to her or any of her fucking friends. Why don't you guys talk about the Lolita situation and how you guys scammed the community using a Lolita and pretended that you didn't know what she was doing and who she was the whole time? You were fucking liars. You did the same thing Cher did. And you guys pretended to be my friends. You did the same fucking bullshit. And you knew that Lolita was the piece of shit she was. You knew it. You guys knew it. You guys were shown proof weeks before and purposely ignored it. Oh, hey, Candace. Lady talks ish about a lot of people. She's pure trash. They hate you because they hate you. I'm glad you address this bullshit and expose them. Oh, thank you, Candace. Appreciate that. That's true though. Like, that's why I call them stands. Like, what are other I don't know how else to. I don't talk about them. I don't know. I really don't know this woman's name. I saw her one time in person and barely talked to her. She was in her little gas station uniform that she works at or whatever. I saw her one time. And never, there's no reason that she should have this much of fucking hate for me. It's so unhealthy. Same thing with Six Up. That is absolutely unreal. And one of these days, these people are going to cross the line and going to either get arrested or do something stupid, guys. This is kind of scary. It kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not fucking lying. It's scary to see these type of people have this level of obsession with me in my life. When all we do is, like, our lives are so boring, you know, we don't do anything. And Cher saw that. She saw that we were hermits. We don't do anything. We stay to ourselves. We are who we are here behind the scenes. And, you know, she's just mad. Cher fumbled and messed it all up and got nothing. You guys, you should be mad at your fucking self because you guys were never going to get anything the whole time. That's why me and Fred, even from the first week, we're talking about should we back out of it because we were feeling, you know, kind of iffy about it. But we said, you know what? Even if she is up to something, it doesn't matter because she's not going to get anything on us. That's my exact words that me and Fred were saying because we don't, what is she going to get on us? That's exactly like Fred said. We did talk about it. There was red flags. I did say stuff to Cher. I did go off on Cher and flip out like, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, I'm not stupid. You know, and they took me for a week because this shit has gone on for way too long and somebody needs to fucking stop it. Thank you, Pretty Sweet Pie, or P. I'm sorry, Pretty Sweet. You guys know how I get on a roll. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to read the comments here in a second. But you guys, when I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll, you know? See, I knew I would get going once I started this shit. Like, and I don't listen to these people. I haven't ever listened to their videos. I don't care what they have to say about me. So that's why when hearing this, you know, it sounds so shocking to me because I don't listen to them. So to hear them in real person, you know, talk about my life and be so, like, invested in my life and getting information in my life, it really fucking creeps me out. Like, I seriously feel like I need a lawyer or something. It's getting a fucking kind of weird. Like, it's fucking weird. It's been weird for a very long time, you guys. I had a 2-year protective order ordered by a judge to her, you know, person that she is uplifting right now, 6up. Ordered by a judge that I clearly I had to show proof of because I never met 6up in my life. They didn't put it through automatically for Crystal. I filed to file one on Crystal too. But guess what? The information I had on Crystal wasn't enough. I would have had to have more. But 6up, they gave me a court date and they ordered the order of protection. That's something that nobody knew. So you absolutely have to have plenty of proof of the harassment. And this has gone on for way too long. And it needs to fucking stop. Yeah, she ran from constantly. Like, these people are freaking, like, such cowards. You know, they can't face their own shadows. They can't. It's like I'm like their truth looking straight at them because they project all their shit on me, you know, because they see me and they feel like because I'm kind and I'm very forgiving and I come off like I present myself like I'm an honest person and stuff. They just want to prove so bad that I'm not who I say I am, and that we're really just still like they just can't believe because they're drug addict losers still in their life. They just can't believe that me and Fred, you know, used to be drug addicts and we've changed our life around, and it's just impossible. We still got to be using. We still got to be doing this. We got to be doing that. I can't help it that their lives are miserable and they weren't able to change it around. Maybe if you would focus on your own life, it would improve instead of focusing on somebody else's life so much and trying to point out their faults. When you're doing that, you can't focus on yourself. Like, hello. What good has happened for you ladies in the last few years? I would love to know because I haven't seen anything from what I've seen. I don't watch these people, but I've heard 666 is like living in a driveway or one of her subscribers' houses or with Fred's sister. Like losers, guys. No, never. I mean, these are people that have nothing that sit there and judge me and tell me to get a job just because they don't like how I make my money or, like it's their fucking business. If they don't like it, find something else to watch. Find something else to watch. I mean, are these people grown or not? Change the fucking channel, you weirdos.
So for those of you weirdos that were hoping that we, the jerks, had anything to do...
No, you're the weirdo. See how they like to steal my words now? This is what these people copy off me. No, you are team weirdo. You're team weirdo. Okay? You're not going to gaslight us and trying to make us think you're normal. No, you're not. You're fucking weird. You're team weirdo, okay? Hashtag team weirdo.
With Cher, sorry about your luck. You're shit out of it. Cher ain't allowed in my chat. I remember what she did. She ain't my friend. I want you to show me.
You're such a liar. Your buddy Tits motherfucking McGee sure hell was up in there. You are such a liar. You were all in that chat. All those times. You guys are yeah. You were behind the scenes the whole time. You just admitted it. You even said Cher came to her, and that how did you knew that we were communicating through voice message on Facebook Messenger and not on phone calls. Like, yeah, it sounds like you're way invested to me. I agree, Roxy.
We're even typing in her chat. Eliza did for one reason only, and that was to ask that Brandy Neal's link was dropped. We had nothing to do with this. Cher, what she did was play a recording which she should have never played. Again, Cher, you fumbled the bag when you played that. Children are supposed to be off limits on here. What you should have done, Cher, is stayed the course, stayed focused, talk about the lie detector test. What you should have done is played those crazy unhinged voice recordings that you got and left her child out of it.
How would you know what crazy unhinged messages she got? Because you're not going to hear anything more than this. This is who I am. And it's nothing. You're not going to hear anything different. Oh, what you should have done. Then you were behind it. You're so mad and just trying to separate yourself from it. And I keep looking this way because that's where I see the picture, like I'm like looking at her or something. When outside of fucking her, she's using a picture of, like trying to act like some kind of badass. Like, but you're trying to be acting like a moral authority, but you're on there with a gun, holding a gun, acting like you're some kind of badass. Like you look like trying to portray like you're this criminal, but yet you're going after criminal vigilante. Yeah, the wrong Cash App she shared for freaking over and over again, even though people kept telling her that wasn't the right Brandy Neal Cash App, but she kept doing it anyways, because she's so fucking hard-headed and refuses to admit when she's wrong. So you guys don't see how disgusting this is, saying that Cher should have fumbled the ball when she played those recordings? Like, you are fucking gross, dude. Do you understand? I mean, what do these people get, okay? The words of the day. Point blank, period. Phrase of the day. Point blank, period. Cher scammed the community. Point blank, period. That's it. Cher scammed the community and took in money under false pretenses. Point blank, period. After that, there's no reason for any of the other discussion. But no, Cher fumbled the ball, in your opinion, and should have kept scamming the community and taking in money to get info, which obviously wasn't working working anyway. She had been trying to be my friend for 3 months and got 0. You're just mad that you are being exposed and your involvement and you're being shown being involved in the background. And yes, you are. This absolutely proves it. I think it's funny because you're telling on yourself in this video. This is the same exact shit Cher did when I went live, in response to her, when she went live, you know, saying, you know, talking shit about me and Jess on the panel. And I went live and I was listening to part of it live. And she said, and while I was live, she made some kind of post or said something about, she made a post while I was live saying that her and Six Up were talking the whole time. And she posted Fred's ID, the picture he had on his phone of his ID that we sent her, you know. We sent that to her to send to the polygrapher. But anyway, she posted that while I was live. See, this gets my blood pressure really, really raised because it's really insane to me that these people, but this is exactly reminiscent, like I was saying, of Cher posting that shit and she told on herself when she did that whole post. It completely told on herself. You're completely, you're pulling a Cher move right here. You're telling on yourself in this whole thing about being involved in the background of this whole thing. You're completely telling on yourself, just like Cher told on herself, making that post saying that she worked with Six Up the whole time. You guys are about as fucking stupid as this fucking wall. Like, I mean, that's how dense you are. They play you upset too. Think they're followers for super chat. So gross. Yeah. Oh, so they play me upset and make fun of it in order to get super chats. So they're exploiting me and my anger or whatever for money. That's what they're always doing, is exploiting me for money. You know, that's what Six Up's doing, is exploiting me in my life and my child's life. So I really don't appreciate this fucking white trash loser on here saying I exploit my daughter, because I would really like to know when and where, because she is not a part of my channel. She doesn't come in the chat. She doesn't like come in. You probably have heard her like in the background and stuff, or her laughing back there or whatever, but she is definitely not a highlight of my channel ever. So it is really laughable after the shit that you guys have put out about my daughter and about my whole situation with Jim and all that when he died, and trying to make fun of that and make fun of my loss and kick me while I was down. You guys are about the grossest human beings I've ever seen, and you are just mad that people are seeing it now. And I think it is hilarious. I think it is so funny. I think it is funny. This is karma right here. This is absolutely karma. And you guys are just mad that Cher fumbled the ball, and you told on yourself. You said it right here. Oh, Cher, you fucked it up, man. We could have got some good info on Ziggy and Fred, how we just had another 3 months. We would have just had another 3 months, Cher. But you fucked it up. You done fucked it up. You talked about her child. You really fumbled. They do look dumb, Kathy. And that's why I don't talk about them. And that I didn't even know. That's why I was so shocked hearing this, because even though I know how these people are and I know the kind of people they are, and it's just kind of, I don't know. Like when you hear somebody, you think, okay, there couldn't possibly be another Six Up out there, that is that. And, and then you hear something like this. It's like, oh my God, there's 2 of them. You know what I mean? And then And then you hear, oh my God, there's 3 of them. These people are obsessing me, you know, and all this negative energy that they're thinking about me all the time, obsessing, look me up, seeing how they can fuck with me and what they can do to fuck with us, and, you know, how they can get us wrapped up and in trouble. That's what these people have been doing, trying to do for years. If it would have happened, it would have happened by now. And then you hear people like Six Up saying, oh, put it on my thinker sticker. My thinker sticker. Ziggy and or Fred will be arrested for hurting someone soon. Mark my words. The woman with 14 mugshots. I'm glad that people are seeing these people's hypocrisy and how stupid they sound and how they're telling on themselves. I knew this would happen. I knew that they would start pointing fingers at each other and everybody's going to be exposed. Next thing you know, it's going to be a couple other ones. Probably Ryan Finds Truth is going to be put in there. Somebody's going to probably start pointing at Ryan that his involvement is going to keep going back and forth. And no, it's us. We weren't a part of it. No way. Because these people are so worried about what people think of them, about, oh no, but, you know, it's a no-no to talk about children, which it is. And you shouldn't be. Shouldn't be talking about my children. And that is when I would get really, when my child is when I get really pissed off. And it's not right. But they only say that because they know that's like the one thing in this community you're not supposed to do. It's kind of like a given. And so they know that's like a sudden death if they do that. And they don't, even though it's like, you've done that forever. You've done it like on the low forever. You're just getting attention now and and it's being exposed now. Like it's not that she actually cares. They have talked about my child many of times and my parenting, and like they should talk. Like I would love to know what their relationships with their kids are like. Probably non-existent. I know for a fact someone in Ziggy's chat donated 50 twice Cash App, and I donated Cash App. That's only 2 people. How many more did she? Yeah. And I saw that comment that you made similar in somebody's chat, and I absolutely agree with it. But I thought about it also. It wouldn't matter to me. Like she could have donated a couple thousand. It would never. I would never have been okay with it. It does not cover up what she did at all. She might as well donated $1 or nothing at all. Like I'm serious. The more like when I think about it, it's really not about the amount of money she donated. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that she scammed the community, and these people think this is okay to scam the community and pretend and think it's okay as long as you get info on Ziggy and Fred or a certain ones. It's like it's not okay. Like the whole like Benny's title the other day, not okay for him, but okay for them or something. You know, one it's good for one, but not the other. Oh, we're going to pick certain ones it's okay to harass and stalk and try to pick at because they think it's funny, like it's like a video, like our life is some kind of video game or something, and we're just, not real humans. Ryan was trying to incite his chat that little Ziggy was being trafficked. No, Ryan, that's not what is happening, you weird ass. Yeah, like these, and then we find out his children are Satanists. It's like, duh, these people are trying to project their bullshit onto my life. Okay? Don't talk about my daughter and anything to do with my daughter, and then don't turn around and act like like you are like this bitch. Telling Cher, like having a problem with Cher bring up my child. Like how many times has she brought up my child? These people are hypocrites. You're just trying to save face. And you think This you guys, how this is pretty clever though. It's a pretty good one. Good try. Oh, we're gonna have to use that. It's the only way we can get out of this. We're gonna have to just say, "Oh my God, how are we gonna get out of this?" Working in the background on this. Oh, we'll just have to say that. Oh, Cher messed up when she talked about Ziggy's child. That's what we're going with. That's the best we can come up with. Hey, Amos. You took a dog from Tennessee. Yeah, she saved her from. Yeah. Like, is she jealous or something? You're mad that I saved a dog that we don't know where any of the other dogs are to this day. How many of those puppies of Athena's litter mates do you guys think are alive and still living today? But I'm a horrible person because, my daughter wanted a dog anyways and had been begging me for a dog, and I was against it. It wasn't really, my landlord wasn't exactly thrilled with it, but I did it anyways because it seemed like it was seemed like it was kind of meant to be in a way. It wasn't about anything. It just happened. And for some reason, these people have such a problem with it that it's crazy. Or taken to shelter. Yeah, she saved her from being run over or taken to shelter, and she's happy and healthy. Go find a hobby. Good gosh, it's over. And yeah, and plus how cool is it? We have two. We have Athena and Fred Hill here, right? They're Ben Hill buddies. Fred has a little bit of Tennessee here with him, It's a cool little connection, and they do have a really cute bond, seriously. And when you see Fred with animals, these people and the way that they've tried to paint him and me is just sickening. Just because they're horrible people and they haven't been able to change their lives around, or they just automatically think, oh, there's no way that we're who we say we are, and there's no way that, yes, there is a way, okay? You could do the same thing too if you would focus on yourself instead of everybody else or somebody else 24/7. Like, you can't focus on yourself if you are focusing on somebody's life. That's what I was talking with somebody else earlier. It's like, there is no way you have time to do anything. Like, we cook for our kids, right? We go place. We have to cook dinner. We have like goals that we're going. We might be taking classes or have a little side job. Might have a little tarot business on the side, or are just little things. You guys know how I have my little different things I do. I have stuff going on. Like, I feel like I haven't had time to stop. I have something that ad that I've been working, or that sponsorship that I've been working on for that Korean face wash and moisturizer. I told myself I had to have it done today, the final draft. And do I know? Because I haven't had a freaking second, it seems like. But I still feel like I haven't got anything fucking done. How do these people have time to sit around and freaking obsess about my life 24/7? That's what's scary to me, because when you live it really, it's just, and you hear this stuff, it's like mind blowing, because to think that somebody spends their time thinking about my boring self like 24/7, like, it's creepy to me. And it's like, what lengths are they going to go? Look how far they're going. They're going so far that they're thinking it's okay to scam people or scam a community to do it, to get information and stuff. Look how far they're going, and what's being basically desensitized. They're desensitizing the audience and making think it's okay as long as it's Ziggy and Fred. Okay? And how far are these people going to go? It got really bad when Jim passed away, but I was way too depressed to freaking put the energy in. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen in my life. Seriously. The way that these white trash freaking hoodlums acted. It was unreal. Calling me a murderer and stuff. Well, they had Lolita up there and calling me the scammer because I took a loan that was paid back within a few months, but they've never let me live it down. Like, it was like the most horrible thing ever. Okay. And they've tried to convince everybody it was like that it was I scammed somebody, and I just went out my way. I'm sorry that I just happened to lose somebody I was with for 10 fucking years. And then they tried to downplay it like, oh, boo-hoo, you guys were having problems, you were together, like, and tried to act like I was just like, oh, I was just scamming the community trying to get money, It was just so gross. Amos, I want Korean face cream. All right. That's the face wash was the first one I'm working on, but I have to have them done here. Like, it's going to be within the next week, so it has to. I have to. It is petty. It is to make anything. And I think it's funny. And this is exactly what this bitch is mad at, you guys. I think it's hilarious. She is so mad that she thinks that people are taking my side on this. I think it's so funny. I'm glad I listened to the rest of this. This is sweet, sweet karma, dude. And so vindicating. I love it. I love it. I knew the truth would come to light, and she's just freaking mad that the truth came out, and now they have to act like, oh, well, we weren't a part of it. There's no way we would be okay with Cher talking about Ziggy's daughter. Kids off limits, guys. That was an awful time for you. I never listened. Yeah, it was the most horrible thing ever. And it was like the cool thing to do to bash me, right? And it was, but see, like, what people don't understand, it's kind of like how what Tiffany is going through right now. Can you imagine? Except hers is so much more extreme. It's like having such a loss, or having such a heartache, right? So extreme that nothing else, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. I mean, it didn't touch me. I didn't care. What was sick about it is that these people thought it would, put me over the edge or have me unalive myself or something. It's almost like they were pushing me to do that. And that's just, it's not okay. If it was somebody else or whatever, who knows how they would have handled it. But, that's something that I was talking to Tiffany about. There's nothing that anybody could say to Tiffany or to, and I don't know how anybody could say anything negative to her or make her feel any sort of way about her son, having cancer and stuff, like making her feel any worse. Like, that, you're not going to make her feel any worse. Like, her heart is already all, shattered right now. So what's horrible, what that is doing is it giving you the worst karma you'll ever fucking imagine. Because that's going to come right back to you. I promise you. Anybody who wished any type of anything negative on Tiffany's son, I'm telling you, or Tiffany during this time, I'm telling you that's going to be the worst karma that you're ever going to experience in your life. And I really hope you learn your lesson. Seriously. And that's just the universe going to do that. I already know. Because that's some pretty sick shit. But guess what? It doesn't do anything to her. It hurts you. Just like that whole thing did nothing to me. It hurt I knew that stuff would come back around and these people would be exposed. And so seeing it come out and stuff, I love it. I do. But I'm not going to sit here and obsess my life every freaking day and sit here and stream their downfall from here to eternity. Because I have a fucking life. Because if I do that, then I could have, when you do that, when you focus your time so much on somebody else's life, lose yourself. You really do. You think you're some kind of Billy badass. Look at her. Look at her. She's sitting here thinking, holding this gun, thinking she's like some kind of Billy badass, like trying to act like she's somebody here, behind an avatar that's not even her, and pretending to be somebody she's not, like sad and pathetic, embarrassing. Yes, prayers for David for sure. Oh, hey, Hillbilly. I don't know so your guys' names are different than usual, so I don't know who a lot of you are, like, because it's YouTube's being weird. Oh, thank you, Sam. I think, is that Sammy, or thank you for doing the gift membership. Oh, yay, Rhiannon! It couldn't have been a better person to receive it. That's great. Hey, Michelle. I told Rhiannon today that she should come on my panel sometime, but she's nervous. Oh, thank you. Look, lead on me. I know I hate the new change, like, too. I don't know who exactly I'm talking to. I recognize some of your avatars, like Kathy's Cry Closet. I recognize that kind of, but I don't remember who it is. Yeah, that's what I'm not. Cassie, I'm going to hear it through you guys, and I'm going to laugh. We're going to sit here and we'll talk about it and laugh through the grapevine. Mention it once in a while. But I'm not going to sit here and just cheer on and yes. I mean, I am going to laugh, like, but I'm not going to be like praying for them to get more, like, I want them to have their karma, yes, but I'm not going to go to their level. These people were actually, in my opinion, like, were wishing pain on me. I really truly believe that. I do believe 6 Up, and these people have tried to have me arrested, have tried to have Fred arrested. They've tried to catch us up. They've done anything and everything, called all kinds of agencies. They're absolutely trying to ruin our lives. For why, I have no, I have an idea. I mean, their lives are miserable and stuff. It's obviously a mental thing, but what I did to them, they just thought maybe I was an easy target. My guess. It's just, I don't know. Thank you so much, Sam. I know, then I don't know. Is that Sammy? Is that who that was?
Never trusted Cher. I watched her and Ziggy go back and forth. I kept myself out of it. Thank you, 6 Up. The jerks had absolutely to do with any of that.
Yeah, but she just happened to know of everything going on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have not talked to Cher. I will not be talking to Cher. If you like her, that's fine. I remember everything. Okay? That is not my friend. Over the Cher and Ziggy. Just because we have a disdain for Ziggy doesn't mean we had anything to do with Cher.
Okay, you were.
I know for a fact that she was contacting 6 Up for weeks before 6 Up expressed any interest.
This other woman right here at the bottom is so another crazy obsessed Ziggy stan. These women act like I freaking did something to them. I want to know what I did to these women. I was so nice to that lady at the bottom. Like, what the hell? I really was. That's what's so freaking mind-blowing. I was so nice to especially the woman at the bottom here. And she talks about me like pure trash, like so hateful, like the most, like, listen to her with her voice. All of them. Listen to these people's voices. All 3 of them, 6 Up, and those 2 women on here pictured right there, all have demonic, evil sounding voices and hate in their heart. You can hear it. It sounds so angry. It sounds so evil.
During that time, she was talking to all these other people. So why are you going to make it about 6 Up? Just because Ziggy hates 6 Up, and it doesn't mean
hate 6 Up. I don't know the bitch. She hates me for some weird reason. Stop saying I hate 6 Up. I don't care about the fucking lunatic. I don't care about her. In order to hate somebody, I'd have to freaking give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that woman. I don't hate anybody, guys. What do people not get? I do not hate Six Up. Okay? She's just mental and she has a problem and for some reason hates me. And so do these women. They're obsessed. I don't hate these people. They just are obsessed with me. Stop trying to act like I hate you. I don't freaking hate you. You guys are obsessed.
That it was the Cher Six Up show. And even then, I know that there is no way on God's green earth that Six Up would have approved of what you said, what you revealed about Ziggy's daughter. There's no way. There is absolutely
You are such a fucking... Dude, these people are so delusional. I know. Well, I talk about projection, Kathy's cry closet. It's absolute projection. I mean, because this is just unreal.
No way she would have said, oh yeah, you can say that exactly how you said it. And there's no way we would support that.
I want to let everyone here know I had no idea what Cher was going to play on her live stream. Yes, we had spoken, but we were not working together. It doesn't matter really, but wanting to say it. That bitch is so psychotic. Psychotic. I am positive. I mean, like a sociopath. I'm a psychologist today, and I am diagnosing her sociopath. Actually, probably all three of these women. They've got something fucking wrong with them. Yeah, this is what sociopaths do. Gaslight the fuck out of you. These people are worse than narcissists. This is not narcissism. This is some kind of other weird evil shit. I don't know. Hashtag stop the gaslighting. You're right. Something is definitely wrong with Six Up. She said, because you brought the puppy back from Tennessee, but so what? You don't have to explain your life or what you do to them, and Fred doesn't have to answer. Yeah, do I freaking sit there care what fucking animals you fucking take in, you fucking weirdo? You probably live in a car in a driveway and have a fucking dog in the car with you. You fucking piece of fucking trash. Leave me alone. I don't hate you. I just think you're obsessed and mental. And you're going to end up either getting arrested, getting arrested, unaliving me, or doing something freaking ridiculous. Like, seriously, you're acting crazy, or you're going to end up promoting somebody to do something very stupid. I mean, this is ridiculous. You guys are trying to desensitize people and make it seem okay that Cher scammed the community as long as they found out information about Fred on my personal life. But she fumbled because she talked about my daughter. She scammed the community. Cher scammed the community. Point blank period. Point blank period. None of these people should be mentioning my freaking daughter, especially not this woman who comes on here trying to act like this soup lady, like the moral authority, and sit there and act like, oh, this person shouldn't be talking about my daughter, but this person can, and Ziggy exploits her daughter. Like, who the fuck is this lunatic? You guys talk about my daughter all the time. You talk about my parenting. When you're talking about my parenting, you're talking about my daughter, and you know you've always fucking been doing that shit. Stop fucking, I mean, God. I mean, You guys have been, this is who you guys have been for years now. You don't backpedal now that all of a sudden it's backfiring. You've been all proud of being these horrible, horrible, hateful women for years now. That's exposing, doing anything you can, being like, you guys did anything you can to try to ruin my life. Why? Did it work? I'm still here. Where did that get you? How is your life bettered in the last 3 years that you guys have started obsessing over me? Six Up has been obsessing over me now for 4 years. You guys are like right there with her, and you're promoting her, and that's what's so funny is you guys used to hate her so much. I don't like her at all. I think she's a disgusting human. It wouldn't be somebody I would want to be around, but I don't hate her. And I don't hate you guys. I don't know you. So I don't have that in me. I don't have that. You know, people told me, oh, did you know that Cher's husband had a record? No, I didn't know that. Because I don't go and look in your guys's, I had no idea. I'm actually shocked. I don't fucking care. I don't care. So the only time I mention stuff but what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you guys are going to sit here and do that, then what is Cher's husband's record? Let's hear it. I mean, I know that her dad is a freaking child unaliver. I know that. So does it get more shocking? I think people saying, oh, I hate this person. I think that's very childish, actually. That's kind of like a very immature thing to say. That's something I would say when I was a child. Oh, I hate that person, right? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I just don't hate anybody. There's nobody, I probably highly dislike Six Up more than most people in this world. Yeah. I mean, because she's tried to ruin my life. But I don't go out of my way and try to, at first I did try to find her, figure out who she was and where she was so I could serve her and try to stop her. But, here after years, you have to learn how to cope. And I've been coping with a psycho obsessed stalker harasser for 4 years that I've had to learn that I can't control this lunatic. She's not going to stop no matter what I do. So I myself, just have to learn a way to live with these people. And, if I'm going to continue doing this, because they're not going to stop. The only other way, I can't afford a lawyer right now. And I'm not going to sit here and crowdfund like Cher would do for a lawyer. And I just don't want to handle the money like that. That was the whole point as far as with the lie detector and her doing that, and then for them to exploit that situation and you take the opportunity to scam the community. Let's make money and scam the community. But we're going to just donate we'll just say at the beginning, we're going to donate it to somebody if something doesn't work out. Okay, guys, wink, wink. That way, when we end up donating it to somebody at the end, we could just be like, it was that we were doing that all along anyways. We were saying that all along. We said if it didn't work out, it was going to this person or that person. But you didn't even try to get the polygraph. So that's the problem. It's what people don't get. If you can't raise your own kids, you have no right to judge how she gets parents. Yeah, I mean, come on. She doesn't have anything to do with her young minor child now. She has a minor child now, and she could see him whenever she wants. And I, as far as I know, and just doesn't spend any time with them. Like, she's a real loser. I mean, these people, it's not just her life like that. It's a lot of these women. I mean, no surprise. That's how their lives are, guys. And it makes you in a way kind of feel bad for them and be like, okay, if I were you, I'd hate me too. But you know what? Do better. It's been many years. Like, get over this obsession. It's like an addiction. Okay. It's like a drug addiction. Yeah, I don't care. Like, it's so weird. You know, and that's why this video was so shocking to me, because I don't watch them, you know, and hearing this is just like, is this for real? Like, I haven't talked to this woman in years, and she's this, like, I don't even think about them. She has me blocked, so does several people I don't even know. It's just because I'm a mod here, they block me because I call their two faces out when they bash Ziggy in that show. Well, and you know what? You guys, the truth is starting to come out, and people are mad, and I think it's hilarious. Thank you guys so much for the ones who have been behind me this whole time, you know, and never wavered. You know, I really appreciate it. And every single time a disaster or something like this happens about Ziggy, it gets, you guys see time and time again who the real culprits are behind all these, you know. So all they're doing is exposing themselves and showing that I'm who I say I am. So I think it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious that Soup is so mad at Cher and only denying being part of the scam, poly scam, as I call it. The only reason why she's denying being a part of the poly scam is because Cher brought up my daughter, and and 6 Up would never, ever be okay with that. They act like 6 Up is their leader. Like, these women are weak women. Wannabe. They're wannabes. I'm sorry. And they need to find something good to put their energy towards, to actually to better the world, instead of putting so much hate out there. That is absolutely disgusting. This channel should be fucking taken down and reported a long fucking time ago. 6 Ups should have definitely been fucking taken down. And I'm sitting over here with 0 strikes. Thank you. Oh, it is Sammy's girl. Yay. See, when I look at my laptop, it shows your guys' real names. And Ava got the membership. Thank you, Diana. Thank you guys so much. But isn't it funny how the truth always comes out? And, you know, this woman's up here mad just because Cher, you know, fumbled the ball and didn't get better information. Well, how long? What was the end game? What was going to be the great finale? Like, because the second Cher got some info, which took 3 months, and it was about my daughter, she turned on me immediately after that. Like, you're just mad that she didn't hold out. You're mad that she didn't continue. You're mad that she fumbled the ball, as you say. She messed up. She couldn't hold out because Ziggy yelled at her. That's what happened. I yelled at her, and it hurt her feelings, and she went live, and then she decided to call me out then, and she, yeah, hilarious. These people get mad. They act on impulse, and they tell on themselves. I hurt her feelings, just like I must have hurt these people's feelings sometime. I don't know how I would have ever hurt Soup's feelings, or, you know, I guess I didn't give them enough attention. God, I mean, the way they worship 6 Up, I guess, you know, does 6 Up like wipe their ass for them or something? I mean, I don't. What didn't I do for you? I mean, I don't get it. Weird. Does 6 Up give you more validation? So weird. Like, you guys sound like weak. Very weak. It's embarrassing. It truly is embarrassing. To be these women are 10, like I said on my post, 10 plus years my senior. I'm 44 years old. We're talking about women in their 50s and 60s. And they're here. This is their life. Fumbling the ball. You know, promoting people to find out private information on Fred and Ziggy and stay the course, you know, while scamming the community. Taking in money under false pretenses on a lie detector you didn't want to do at all because you didn't want the truth out there. You guys tried to sabotage the truth, and you guys fucked up. And that's another thing too. It wasn't just Cher scamming the community, or you guys get. And this is gonna really piss me off. Actually, I just you guys used Summer Wells' case to do it, and that shit pisses me off even more, like beyond. Because I'm so tired. It gets so exhausting trying to clear everything up, that all this false bullshit that people put out on purpose. And for you guys to add this extra confusion in Summer's case, like, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Gross, fucking sick. Point blank period. Seriously, like, gross. Calling you a grifter as she has memberships and collects donations, talking about you. I know. Hello, let's review Ziggy's channel and talk shit about Ziggy collecting money while collecting money. It's hilarious. And they're just mad. Soup's just mad that they're freaking being shown for who they are. You know, I think it's funny. People are going to probably start going back over their Lolita scam that they pulled back then. Everything's going to come out. You know, probably people are going to start going over how they were, you know, saying that I killed Jim, and having Jim's twin sisters on here who were on drugs and exploiting them and exploiting that whole situation and all the problems they caused in my relationship with Jim's family and stuff. Like, absolutely disgusting, and stop, cross the line. So a lot of their stuff is probably going to start coming out because they're very gross people. Yeah, go watch them if you think I'm fabulous. That's not gonna like hurt my feelings. It's really not. Do you not think I've been dealing with this for years? Lindsley, you think that comment really bothers me? I mean, I've dealt with bigger dogs than you, and way more intelligent comments than that. Soup and Pearl are fabulous. Okay, yay. It's funny, these people, they come in here knowing they're getting one comment, that one shot to say something just to piss Ziggy off and just to get her, you know, that gotcha moment. They have that one shot before they're blocked. And that's what you come up with. That is what she comes up with. That's the intelligent, you know, that's why I'm saying you got to consider the source. The intelligence level we're dealing with here. If you have that one shot to make this fabulous gotcha moment, come up with something better. Because now you got to go make another fake fucking profile. And you're probably going to do it, you loser. Because you have no life. You're probably one of these people. Using Summer Wells to scam money from people that sit there and cry about and being missing and wanting actual answers. There was people who really wanted that polygraph to happen. I truly wanted that polygraph to happen. Fred truly wanted to do the polygraph. She knew. She even told everybody how excited we were to do it. We really wanted to do it. We wanted the truth to come out because that's how confident we are. And they knew that. She knew that. They thought she was going to find out me and Fred had secrets. And, you know, no, she found that we were telling the truth. We're highly confident what we say. Andy is on the road. You know, please get us a lie detector. We want it today. Let's do this. Like, let's get Andy too. Let's compare. The whole time, these fucking asshats were in the background with Cher and Six Up and Ryan Finds Truth, in my opinion. I mean, I'm pretty sure they've admitted it. Trying to sabotage the whole thing. But acting like, coming out here like Ryan Finds Truth, acting like he's all for it. Yay, yes, Ryan's going to do the polygraph. Yes. Yes, he is. I'm his manager, and yes, he is. And you knew the whole fucking time it wasn't happening. That's why you were so ecstatic about Andy taking a polygraph. If you were so fucking confident in Andy, then why were you wanting to sabotage that? Do these people use their brains? Because I know Ryan has to be more intelligent than that. I mean, he does have a college degree, and he has all these AI channels on Summer Wells and all these fucking articles and shit, and these weird tech articles and shit. So he obviously has some education. And you don't see right in front of you, you don't see the truth right in front of your face, Ryan. You look pathetic. You look pathetic. You're around a bunch of criminals and losers. Do you not see who you're surrounding yourself with? Active criminals. And I mean, these are active drug addicts and criminals, okay? While you guys are sitting there judging our lives, when we've just because we've changed our lives around, and you're mad, you're just jealous or something, or just want to prove something, or use our lives as a way to get views, to prove we're not who we say we are. Cher tried for 3 months, guys. She got nothing, and I did talk to Cher all the time about everything. So she got nothing. And then the first chance she did get, and it took 3 months to get something, it was on my private business on my daughter, and she jumped at the chance. And that's what this woman here, this trashy woman here, is promoting, basically. You can't even get the 1-800-TBI find right. Yeah, 1-800-TBI finds. No, it's 1-800-TBI find. Or what a paper ID in Tennessee looks like. Yeah, they're trying. So, what was he trying to act like it wasn't a paper ID? See, I mean, like, it's crazy. Is that what he was trying to say? That, oh, it wasn't really a paper ID that Fred have? Dude, we have a text message up on the wall of me literally telling Cher months ago that he didn't have an ID. And, it's documented on this channel for the past year and a half, our issue that we've been having about getting him an ID. You guys, it's nothing new. It's all over our channel. The people that watch us all the time already know. So it's not some, oh, we had an ID the whole time and we're keeping it a secret. If that were true, we would have had been lying for like fucking 2 years. Oh, cool. He said it was not paper. See, Ryan Finds Truth. He doesn't find a lot of truth, obviously, because if he did, he would have more accurate information. He wouldn't say stuff as if it were fact when he didn't know for a fact. He goes around saying stuff as if he knows this is fact and this and that, and this didn't happen and that didn't happen, and you're purposely trying to cause problems by doing that. Like, we don't see it. Real sly attempts. It's very embarrassing. Shouldn't you go focus on getting your daughter's hearts right with the Lord and, saving their souls? Do you want your daughters in hell? Like, I'd be very scared and worried about that instead of obsessing about my life and my marriage and trying to save Andy Bernard from his consequences, in my opinion. Hey, Tina. Oh, that curse chick was trying to say something about Fred's paper ID. I don't remember it, but all but was insinuating y'all were lying about it. Anybody still see it? Oh my God. That's another one, Curse for Curiosity. She's exactly another one. And I don't ever talk about these people because I don't like giving them any air or mentioning them. But she's another one that is way obsessed. And I don't know what I fucking did to deserve it. It was the same situation, basically, that happened with 6up. I said something about them, and it hurt their feelings. Ever since, they have not let it go. I hurt 6up's feelings one time when I was live about something I said, and ever since then, it was on. But really, she probably had it planned the whole time and was just waiting for that moment to be like, oh, it's on, you know what I mean? Because now trying to see how much she's like been obsessed with my, focus on my life. It does seem, and how her past, she's never had a job. She's never, she was probably desperate to make money. She's still actively using, in my opinion. I mean, that's what her boyfriend was telling me, that she's addicted to Xanax, and totally seems like it. That's the way people addicted to Xanax are straight up cunts. I'm sorry. They are some of the cruelest people and can be super mean. So I'm pretty sure Cher sent 6up because Tara told her to. And that's something too. I know that was another one of the red flags, actually, that I think, that I had mentioned to her. That's one of the, I don't think that was one of the times that I really said anything to her, but I do remember thinking I thought it was weird. When she brought up that Tara woman, and she was asking me how I felt about her, and I thought that was strange. And she was trying to tell me like she didn't like her and stuff, and I'm like, okay. I was like, yeah, I don't like her, obviously. Like, she was obviously the one that was behind, the whole trespassing ordeal and people going through Fred's stuff and property and stuff without permission. She was the person that was encouraging that and was behind it and was teamed up with Fred's sister or whatever. Well, she tried to pretend like she didn't like her, and she was asking me, how do you feel about this Tara woman, or blah, 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 blah. And she was trying to, but then I hear she was a mod. She was talking shit about her. Then I hear she was a mod. And that was something that was so weird. Like, stuff like that kept happening. And I was just like, you're fake and you're not being honest with me. And that's why I wish that she would show me going off on her, because it's funny because she knew I was right. She couldn't handle it. Like, that's seriously, it's funny when you think about it. She cries like a little girl, gets her feelings hurt, and then she goes live, and she is the most vindictive brat ever, But yet the whole time, Jess and Kate, well, I don't know what she was obviously behind. I wasn't planning on going through with this the whole time. My mind still tries to sometimes, like, that's why I said the phrase of the day is point blank period, because Cher scammed the community in the name of Summer Wells, point blank period. Okay? Doesn't have to be, we don't have to mention Ziggy or Fred or any other of the bullshit, his ID or the polygraph or anything. Cher scammed the community in Summer Wells' name, point blank period. Okay? She used Summer Wells to do it. That's what it was all about. The polygraph was all about to get answers for Summer Wells. and she was collecting money on people's heartstrings and love for this little girl and wanting answers, and using that opportunity to try to befriend Fred and I and try to trick us into getting some kind of personal info for her channel. And they thought that they would have a big gotcha moment, like Chasing said. That's exactly what they were trying to do. Brad Pitt's restraining order. Terry gave her $50 for the lie detector test, and she was the only one who sure gave a refund to. Did you all hear that? Oh, wow. That's hilarious. Hey, Tina. It's weird. I'm pretty sure Cher sent Cher sent 6 up because Tara told her to. These women are so weak. This person did this because this person told me to, so weak. Like it baffles me that that some of these women are that weak. I really thought more of them. I really did. At one time, I thought more of them, and it's crazy to me that they're so weak that they just like do stuff that people tell them, like, oh, I'm going to go along with this horrible idea because Six Up told me. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Or that Tara told me. Like, come on. Have you seen? Look at these women's track record. Come on. Like, don't go and just do anything that he tell you. But yeah, if you come to me and you're sending me, she was basically crying to me, apologizing. So I'm not a heartless bitch. And so, yeah, I was like, of course, like I accept it's fine. I don't hate these people. I don't know them in my real life. I'm not that invested in them to like hate them, like that, it's not that deep to me. But it is when you keep messing with Summer Wells' case, because it messes with my life, because you guys use Fred Hill as a scapegoat. And obviously that's a problem for me. And you lie about the whole Andy on the road and shit we say. And obviously it's not going to fly with me. That's why I wish that we, obviously I want more than anything answers. And that's why they exploited us. Is Summer Wells. That's all we got to say is Summer Wells. We don't even have to mention exploiting us. It's gross what they did to Summer Wells, using Summer Wells to exploiting her in order to I'm going to hide that person. And then Gavel said she'd pay for them. Gavel didn't even try. Like, what if she could have called the person right away and set it up. Nobody paid. That Gavel woman's she is another stage 5 clinger. She is this woman, these people, she's another Ziggy stan. I mean, I don't understand what I did to these people, but I did nothing. So they got to be fans, right? Because what did I do to them? I did not do anything to these people for them to be so obsessed and hateful. Like, and feel like they just got to do anything they can. And they're going out of their way to do it. It's like in our real lives, they're trying to get us arrested. They're trying to contact like CPS and Fred's probation and the halfway house and the jail. It's like unreal. You know why? Why do they want us to fail so bad? Shouldn't they be cheering, Fred on? Why are they wanting us to fail? Why are they trying to make Fred mess up? Don't you want answers for Summer Wells? What is the motive? What are you doing? You know what? That's why it's scary to me. Look at the extremes these people are going. That's why this is scary to me. When I think of it sometimes, like it does actually freaking, if it does, I feel like it's reached a level of harassment. I really, really, truly do. I feel if I did have a lawyer, if there was somebody to take my case pro bono, I could have fucking harassment charges on many of these women. I mean, it's insane. Maybe event a level 10 just for that group. Yeah. I know. Honestly, why? I don't know. Especially like people like Soup. Like, what the fuck did I do to Soup? Ever? Do you guys remember me ever saying anything about Soup ever in the history of my channel? Or the lady at the bottom. She used to go by Eberk. She was my mom that go, what did I ever say about her bad? Ever. Like, I was so nice to that woman. Like, she was one of the ones that I gave some of the most attention to and talked to. And she acted like she tries to act like I'm the most horrible person. I mean, I never talked to these women on the phone. Well, I didn't call you and text you and check on you. And so, oh no, I'm a horrible person. I can't be friends with every fucking single one of you guys, like one-on-one. Are you that entitled? And to think that are you really? I mean, I have a life. You really think you're that specialist? Somebody could just, suddenly drop their life and everything to call and, and be your friend out of, thousands of people. Like, you're that important. Okay. And you think that I'm a horrible person because I didn't give you that type of attention. Since when was I obligated to ever? I'm pretty sure, for one, I don't know if I don't think either of you guys ever even donated money to me. Maybe we're members. So what the fuck did I ever do to you? For real. You got like clicks and views, so it's not allowed to sum. It's a massive trigger. I don't feel like I don't get my channel's not that doing that. I haven't been focusing on it much, lately. I think a lot of them has to do with Summer Wells case, and they know that Fred is telling the truth, and I think for some reason I truly believe that, and they just, I don't know. I can't say. Actually, it's going to be different. There's different reasoning behind it. Obviously, the main thing behind why these people are doing it is mental illness, like there's got to be something there, and some kind of mental illness, at least depression or something coming on here. And you, instead of like fixing whatever is going on in their lives to make them feel so miserable that they have to come on here and pretend to be somebody else or pretend to be this badass, this Billy badass with a gun and, like act like this moral authority. Like, I mean, these people sound so entitled to, come on here and act like, oh, telling me I can't have a channel or I'm not to talk about this case or that case. I will talk about what the fuck I want to. Like, hello? Would I tell you what to talk about? It's so weird to me. I mean, these are the same type of women like Jenny from Gavel Geeks who thinks that they're, could be like adopted parent for Jenny Sue's daughter. Like, it's weird. They're weird people. Weirdos. Hashtag weirdos. No, hashtag team weirdos. Oh no, your cat took your thimble. Maybe you ate a bowl or made some soup, but not. Gavel says everyone a Judy Sue. She wants to adopt her daughter. Who in their right mind thinks like that? She says she wants a. That is very weird, Annie, to me. That is very much like deranged. Gavel Geeks, do you not think that there's anybody else? There's not like a gazillion people much more qualified than you to take in Jody Sue's daughter. Like, why would you think of all people, Jody Sue's daughter would go to you anyways? Like, you're so weird. These people are entitled. Like, who do they think they are? Like, oh, I'm just going to adopt the Wells kids too. That's, these people saying they're going to adopt the Wells kids, or it's crazy. It is insane. It's not normal, okay? You're overstepping bounds when you're talking about getting involved with adopting, trying to take in. You're trying, that's weird. You're just trying to get close to somebody's child so you can get information. You're fucking sick. That is exactly what you're trying to do. You're not, oh, I'm just trying to save her. No, you're fucking not. No, you're not. I'm sure Jody Sue's daughter has other, family members that love her that would be much more qualified to take her in than fucking you. That is so. I mean, I just don't understand who these people. I could, and I think that's something that Cher, like on her title, basically on the big reveal, is like, oh, Ziggy, I'll feed your daughter or something. Like she was going to save my daughter, like she is like, Cher is going to talk about my parenting. Cher. Doesn't she have like 2 minor boys that she has nothing to do with or something? From what I'm hearing. I usually don't talk about other people's shit, but if you're going to be a hypocrite, I'm going to call that shit out. I don't know why they support Andy. He can't even remember what he drove that morning. And what if he really sold stuff just to date? Yeah. I'd say family members would have the chance first, but why does she need to adopt her? You gotta, and it makes sense when I hear, think it was it Tiffany, or no, this is a long time ago, though, wasn't recent when somebody told me, it was a couple people that told me, it wasn't just one person, that Jenny, aka Gavel, was planning on buying cocaine off Fred and setting him up. She said specifically cocaine. She didn't say she was going to just buy drugs off of them. She said she was going to buy cocaine. Everybody knows that's not Fred's drug of choice, for one. So whose drug of choice is that, Jenny? So, but it makes sense because then you like put 2 and 2 together. Okay, she sounds like something's not right up there. She's talking about adopting a woman's daughter that she saw from YouTube. That's weird. Like from a case, like a true crime case. It's like she's trying to get. That's weird. Cher did a smoking live pot with her daughters for her 18th birthday. Why can't Soup just tell you what you did to offend her and move on? I know, right? Like, do they not see how this is affecting their own lives much more than my life? Like, I don't even pay attention to them, I don't. And it's crazy to me to think that they're so invested that they're behind the scenes arranging stuff like this. To me, it's insane. These people like Ryan, and they're all crybabies. Like, seriously crybabies. Like I did something to him, or, we did something to him, and, no, we fucking didn't do anything to you. All we're trying to do is put out what we, our feelings on the case, what we feel is the truth, like what Fred can help with, what little he can, what little he does know. He's not going to sit there and lie for you guys. I mean, that's just not going to happen. It's going to be the same every fucking time you ask. And you sit there and you guys sit there and pick his words apart, you know? And it's just pathetic. Anything. It's like they spend all their days combing through videos, watching live after live, you know, doing these review after review, Ziggy lives, you know, combing every single word and all that, going over and over again, stuff from years ago, trying to put stuff together to find that one little thing that can get on Ziggy and Fred, that one lie we're gonna get. We're gonna get her. We're gonna really get her one of these days. Still waiting. They're mad. Cher wants to act like she was worried about Ziggy's child. She don't care anything about her own tissues for their issues. Yeah. No, I don't feel like they achieved their goal. I think Edith, I think this time actually, I think it backfired. I truly do. I'm not upset at all. Like it's shit. I mean, it is gross hearing her say this stuff, but end of the day, I'm gonna end up turning this off, and I'm gonna go on with my life, and I'm not gonna think anything about it. You know, next time I come on here and it comes up, if I hear something, yeah, it might be discussed, but I don't think about these people. It's just disgusting to me I felt like this was important for people to see, because this shouldn't be happening to anybody. Okay. I know it's me that it's happening to and Fred, but this is I don't care who this is. It's absolutely disgusting to scam the community. Think it's okay to scam the community as long as you are getting, you know, private information on Ziggy and Fred, you know, and she wasn't wanting things like stuff about Summer Wells. She was like asking, like trying to get in our private business, guys, like talking about sex stuff, you know, very like really, it was weird. These people are weird. It wasn't like them trying to get, you know, information about Summer Wells at all, because they know we're being honest. They know Fred's being honest. They're trying to get something else about us that they can use again, some kind of blackmail, something about our private life. Like, what's that? I mean, does anybody not see a problem with that? Like, that should not be happening to anybody. And it's also interfering with Summer Wells' case. It's gross. Like, they're trying to interfere and cause confusion. It's oh, hell no, Tanya. Let's do her nails. Hey, my ranch. No, we're over the video, and I am happy. We're good. I'm good. Seriously, I do have so much to do though. Like which I'm so mad at myself for not getting done yet. So I guess I should probably start working on that stuff. Dang it. You kind of snapped me out of it, Edith. I mean, honestly, it's true. I don't need to spend very much energy on these people. Like, it's true. It is a waste of time. And that's the whole point of this video. These people need to get a hobby. Like, it's scary, the extremes that these people are going, and it's not okay. And if people think it's okay, just so it's okay, oh, because it's just happened to Ziggy and Fred, so it's okay. Yeah. Wait till it starts happening to you. Me and Fred are real people, you know. We do have we are real people. We're not like avatars here. There's something they can get to use against you. Says Sammy both will come. Yeah, that's just problem. And then Cher knew that, and that's why. Can you turn that down? So that, that's why that woman in this video was sitting there telling Cher, oh, you should have used those recordings you had of Ziggy yelling at you, acting like a lunatic or whatever. Like, how would you know about that, Soup, if you weren't involved in the background with Six Up in them with the whole scamathon, the whole poly scamathon? How would you know about me going about it being mainly Facebook voice messages, and yeah, you seem to know quite some details. It seems like you were involved. Right, Rihanna? And I don't watch them.
Who was it tonight that we were supposed to went live with Cher and she wanted to go or something, and I told her I wasn't going to go over it because it wasn't nothing but the pure hate channel. She got mad and ended it. Didn't go live right at the last second.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the other times that I went off her. She wanted us to go live, and was it that Barnes chat?
No, it wasn't Barnes. It was somebody else. It was the I think.
Go live with them?
No, she wanted us to go on with her and go over the discrepancies or some bullshit of that hate channel.
Oh, and she said, I didn't know I had to edit this video and blah, blah, blah. And she got mad and made a post, but I can't remember what it was.
She got mad and didn't go live last minute. We was getting ready to go live.
It was Gavel Geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to go over Gavel Geeks video with me and Fred, and acting like Gavel Geeks has some kind of and like we're like, why can't you just tell us the shit? Why do you have to play the video? Can't you just tell? We don't want to hear that stuff. It's pure hate. Why do we have to sit here and listen to you play Gavel Geeks straight through when it's nothing about, these discrepancies? It's like maybe 5% of what she feels are discrepancies, but 95%, the rest is hate. And sprinkled in, and she wanted to sit there and play it and go over it. And we're like, no, just ask us the stuff from it that you feel is actual beneficial shit. We don't need to sit there and listen to all that garbage. It's a bunch of noise to us. We don't want to listen to that. And she got mad and said, I didn't know, because I had no idea that she planned on playing this video live. She sprung this on me last second. So that's one of the times I flipped out on her. And that's one of the times I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You just literally, we had this live plan to go over this, and you knew the whole time, how we've had basically ground rules from the start. Like, Fred does not like the attention, does not want to sit there and go on people's panels, and he's not a fucking, show pony for you pop all, up. No. Like, we told you that. He doesn't like the attention. He'll answer people's questions and stuff, but she was like coming up with these ideas and like And then she wanted to spring this up on the last second about, which we told her she could ask us anything. She could ask us anything, but we're not going on panels with these freaking people and listening to stuff. They don't have any, like, they're just hate. And these people for years, it doesn't matter what we do. They're gonna, it doesn't matter. There are those types that, either way, no matter what way we go, they're going to go against, the other opposite. So yeah, she was wanting to play Gavel Geeks and go over that and what she felt was discrepancies. And I thought she was going to bring up stuff in it, but no, last second she decided she's going to go live, or that she was going to play it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't think Fred would either. And then and then I told Fred, and Fred was like, absolutely not. Like, he was not wanting to listen to those, like, people sit there and talk shit about us, the whole time, where you sit there, for what? I was like, why can't you just bring up the valid points that you think she has, and that way we discuss it instead of freaking, tell me if you feel like she brings up some valid thing, because that's what she was trying to tell me, is like, oh, there was a couple things that she thought I was like, okay, well, bring it up and ask us. We don't have to fucking do a review of Gavel Geeks. So that was another thing. Yeah. Of course, and she won't show that shit of me flipping out on her, because all it does is show that I was on to her, and that she's, what she was up to. It was always me calling her out on, something doesn't seem right. What are you up to? We're not playing these games, Cher. That's what I'd say to her. So that's why she's not going to fucking probably play the clips if she hasn't. I don't know. I just can't imagine why she would, because it makes her look bad, in my opinion. Even though I'm yelling and upset, I had a reason to be upset. If you're sitting there, obviously scamming the community and trying to get private info off Fred and myself, which people were warning and being like, oh, she's trying to, which obviously we already freaking, we knew a little bit. Even I had forgot kind of about some of it, but we knew Cher obviously was very sketch, and she's done some really gross things. Some, like what she did, the gross stuff that she did to the lady who was retired from the Hawkins Sheriffs. That was freaking disgusting. Okay, that was disgusting. How much proof did I have to send that bitch before she would shut the fuck up? But she refused to, she refused to ever give up and just admit her wrongs. I sent her proof that she was wrong, but she refused. She just harassed that woman. Also, she freaking, another source I sent her a screenshot one time when we were live together. I wasn't thinking. I was trying to send her something private and be like, is it okay if I share this? On the screenshot, it had private information, like a phone number on there that I forgot to mark out. Cher called that phone number and harassed that woman so bad that she did not talk to me anymore. It was a really good source, and she had people harass. She's done some really dirty things. So it's not like I didn't know that she could be like that. But you guys, she literally came to me crying. I showed the text, how she was talking to me and stuff. I put it on my wall if you want to go back and look, So I was trying to, I am a compassionate person. I do give people chances, and because I was, not the person I am today, obviously at one point, when you've been there, and if you've been an addict, or it humbles you. Okay. So I do have compassion for people, and I do give people other chances. And I know we're all flawed humans. So yeah, I gave her a chance, and it backfired on them. And I think it's funny, because what we try to do was really from the goodness of our hearts, and that's why it backfires so bad on these people. because they tried to take something that was supposed to be completely good and use it as an opportunity to exploit, you know. And Soup is just mad, like she says here, that Cher made Ziggy look like a victim. She's mad because she didn't want people to have. This woman's mad at me because she didn't want people to have any type of empathy for me. Or, you know, she is only mad because I'm looked at as a victim and it's backfired. And I think it is funny. She doesn't have anything important to ask, and she wasn't going to go watch it. So as you watched it with her, she would ask useless questions to make her look like she had new information. Definitely an empath. Yeah. I'm sensitive, but I'm not gonna, yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't understand this. I don't think like these people think. I don't understand how they can, I'm not constantly thinking, oh, I need to record this conversation or this or that, or I need to take down this information. So I might need it later to fuck this person over, or I just don't think about that. You know, it's gross as shit that these people have done to me and tried to get me arrested and tried to get Fred arrested, trying to even, you know, it's very hateful, evil things. Okay. But I don't spend my energy trying to get back at them. I've learned how to just like out of sight, out of mind. And these people are so desperate to get my attention. Like I've learned how to just like block them out, that they just go to the extreme. And it's like, how far? What's the end game? You know, they're so upset that this didn't work out, that, oh no, Ziggy looks like the victim. Oh no. Oh no, our game plan didn't work. We were supposed to get info, go against them, not make them look good. You fucked it up, Cher. You fucked it up, Cher. You should have stayed the course. You should have stayed the course, and you fucked it up when you put out the information on Ziggy's daughter. Should have stayed the course. Got better information. Had you just waited another 3 months, you would have got that information, but Leah me says Ziggy is very forgiving. I used to troll her 3 years ago and she treats me kindly and she doesn't have to. Because I know we're all flawed humans, and I know that there's miscommunication, I have a tendency of always trying to put myself in other people's shoes, and you know, I don't know, that's just how I've always been, I guess. Or I think a lot too because of, you know, I have been in, you know, some humbling positions in my life, and so I'm not as judgmental as like a lot of people. I don't know. But I've always been very sensitive. She should have FTFO. Fuck off. Yep, she should have F the F off. Instead, she fucked around and found out. Yeah, I didn't like the whole victim thing either. I don't feel like I'm a victim. But this person here, I don't even know her name. She goes by Soup, I guess. Is mad because she thought I look like the victim. That's her interpretation, but I don't feel like a victim at all. I feel like the victim actually is Summer Wells, and they're freaking exploiting Summer Wells. I think that's the real true victim in all this, and that's what people need to remember. You know, they scammed under in the name of Summer Moon, Utah Wells, point blank, period. And they were encouraged. There was several of them encouraging it, guys. If it should really open your eyes. So I couldn't lay my head on a pillow at night if I knew that people didn't appreciate, or that people and.
Can I wear these?
Hold on 1 second. So I couldn't lay my head on a pillow at night. I knew I did that to people, especially children. I know, Tanya. But I don't know. It did take me a long time. Like, you do try to figure, I'm the type that try to understand like why these people are like this and stuff, It starts out like, how could these people, like, it's baffling, gosh, it's been going on for years. But now at this point, like, the ones that are still doing it's like, it's almost like it's getting actually scary, because like, to think how obsessed these people are with my life. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Hey, Crazy Mom. Or Donna. Well, I don't know. I hope that's okay. So that I don't know. I can't remember. Your guys' names are all turned around on here now. All the people that paid for teeth and got scammed, because in Canada you get free dental care and it's not hard. Only 4 qualifications. I'm sure she meant them. Oh yeah, I'm sure that was a whole scam. I don't know. I wasn't like there for that, or don't know anything about that. But has one of the strongest people in the has one of the strongest people in the whole community. She has been gone for almost every, or has gone after almost. She has been gone after by almost every creator at one time or another, and she's still here. Can I say resilient? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that. Lean on me. I was just talking to somebody. That is crazy. Dude, that is some kind of weird spiritual sign. I was just today talking about being resilient. And usually, that's just very true. I've noticed that. That's something I never knew about myself, but I've learned over these few years after doing this channel, like, how resilient and strong I really am, and I see why people look at me as weak, but I'm not, and they fucked around and found out, like we were saying. Makes me wonder what else they've done long. Yeah, it makes me wonder what kind of stuff that they've done and tried to have done to us that we don't know about, Oh no. No, nobody ever scheduled any tests. Nope. Cher kept all of it, and then she ran Brandy's Cash App for a few days so she would have something to send her. She denied refunds to people who wanted one. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that she could have been collecting, those cash out, or that she was doing that to come up with the money to pay that back. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, Cher never made an appointment because she had to pay a deposit and she didn't. She lied about the date being October 4th because she never had a date set due to no deposit. I might have quit before now. I am too, but that's what it's just made me so much stronger, it really has. I'm kind of glad that for this experience because I mean, I've always, guys, it's not like new that I'm deal a little bit. I mean, in my real life I'm just a very private person, so I don't deal with it too much now, but in the past when I was around people, I mean, I have always kind of been kind of different, in a way. I always have been. I think I don't know if it's like I am very sensitive, and I think for some people, I don't know, it bothers them. I'm very honest. So it's not the first time that people have tried to prove that I'm somebody I'm not or whatever, or taken me for a week or whatever. So I've been dealing this my whole life. I mean, because I've always been sensitive. I didn't just become. I've been targets at other times in my life too, and you know, this has been a very eye-opening experience, and it has showed me a lot. Cher plays this game repeatedly. She picks someone to focus on, get what she can out of it, and then moves on to do the next. Yep. I requested a refund twice. This is pretty sweet pea. Second time it said this account cannot send or receive funds. She shut it off to not be able to show what was collected by cat. Wow. Huh. Yeah, Benny's already been there, done that. Like, that's what I say on my post today. This shit has already been tried and done, and I've already went through the hazing. Years ago. Way more intelligent people. I said way more intelligent. What it was? How did I put? Way more intelligent weirdos, or before you have done it or have tried and failed or something. I wrote it in my post, but yeah, like Benny has already tried that and worked, and I don't have any problem with Benny now. We're fine, but yeah, Benny basically hazed me. Okay, he was my hazing into this community, and so that was my introduction, and so I had to immediately learn fast. Because Biddy, he can be he was at that time it was kind of, I would handle it way differently now, but at the time it was, I don't know. I've never dealt with something like quite like that, but I have dealt with opposite, people having a problem with me speaking the truth, it's always about speaking the truth. And I refuse to stand around and stand for something and be okay. I don't go along with the group. Okay. I've always been like that. And I go along with what I feel is right. I've always been like that. And people have always had a problem with it. So I I've been dealing with this. I've been dealing with this my whole life, but here on YouTube, obviously, it's much more extreme because of the focus of the case and everything. People don't want to believe that what I'm saying is the truth, I guess. I've always been a very big stickler on the truth. And, I grew up like that. My father was very much like that. And I think people think that I'm lying or something. I don't know. Obviously, when you're using and stuff, when you're in drug addiction, obviously back then and stuff, I would have to lie to cover up my addiction. I mean, that's just, it goes along with the disease of addiction. That's just what kind of but now, not when you get out of that hellhole, there's really nothing to lie about. If you're living your life straight and, you don't have any, and these people are so determined to think they're going to find something, if they're just not, that they're going to the extreme that they're trying to cause issues on purpose, and it's not okay, but people are trying to make it okay because it's me and Fred. And it shouldn't be okay no matter who it happens to. Empaths are some of the strongest people I know. Yep. Leader, not a follower. Yeah, I just never, and I've always been like, there's been many times where I've stood alone and been like, real a lot in my life where I've had but I've never been the type to get in fights or, get in. I'm not an obsessive stalker type person like these weirdos. I just seem to always get people obsessed with, or like kind of stalk, or I don't know. I've dealt with but not to this extreme. This is weird. This is very, very weird. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Kathy. You have to look back to see how far you've come, and that's true. And people I hear about my past and stuff, and they know of Fred's past, obviously. My past has been exposed out there, which is really not that bad compared to these people. But they try to make it to something much more. I'm not a felon or anything crazy. I'm very private person. I stay to myself now. I used to be very outgoing and the partier and stuff, but that was my old life. And yeah, I just think a lot of these people are still in that lifestyle and have never been able to turn around because there's a lot of mentally ill people on here and drug addicts like that come on here, and I don't know, because a lot of people who are mentally ill are on drugs. They use drugs to try to cope. And yeah, they you see it, the consequences. Angel says, hold on, I see it on my phone, but I don't see it on. She says, Sister Ziggy, they're going to stroke the fuck out when they receive breaking news. Ziggy has gladly accepted the Woman of the Year award with her outstanding, I don't know what she has said. I'll read the rest of it. People who have to lie about a lot of things in their lives don't like people who have nothing to hide, because that's the thing. Like, people, that's where people have gone against me in the past always. It's always I would call out something that I didn't think is right. And there would be a group of people who were they were, teaming up together, but I wouldn't go along with the group. And so I was a bad one. It was always like that. Like one time in college, I told my friend, like, her boyfriend tried to come on to me, of course I was the bad guy, right? It was like the whole Sammy and Sammy situation on Jersey Shore. I wanted to do the right thing and tell her, and I was the bad guy. There was that's the situation. So stuff like that. Oh, always. I'm never going to be okay with, I just always have tried to be a decent person. Even as when I was using, I try to, but of course, when it comes to the lifestyle, you have to lie. You don't have to lie, but you're not going to obviously be out in the open about your addiction. When have you ever scammed the community and say you're going to keep 100 for weed and pills? Yeah, never. But, they bring up the credit card situation where when Jim passed and the lady offered me that the phone calls out there of how exactly it went down, and her even contacting me and being like, I have this card you could use. And, I was so grateful for it at the time, but they got into this lady's head and make it think I took advantage of her and stuff and made it into this big thing. So I made sure I paid her. She got paid back within a few months, but they can't stop talking about it. When it's unreal. They want to pretend like that was me scamming the community. Or when I've sold products like beauty products and stuff, they used to act like I was scamming, like that all those sales was me scamming people. Like, that's business, you weirdos. You guys are jealous freaks. Like, I'm sorry. You need a hobby. Hey, Tim. You might want to rewind this. It'd be a good one for you, I think. You should definitely rewind this. Or you should definitely watch this later. I'm not saying right now rewind it, but I'm saying, like, you should definitely watch this later when you have time. But obviously, which I know you already know, you're going to put that yourself first no matter what. I was just talking to somebody today and they said a great comment. I don't know. I don't want to call them out, but it was about Tiffany. It was in private too. And it says a lot about Tiffany's character. And she said, there's none of these bitches on there would ever come say this shit to your face. And like, she's like, well, maybe Tiffany Marie would, but none of those bitches would ever come up and say, come and say, tell you what they have a problem with you. These fools would rather create a channel and come up with these pretend like what did I do to these circle jerk women? I would love to know. Outstanding performance has landed her Woman of the Year. Well, I don't know how you meant that, but I'm definitely not trying for any kind of performance. Usually Angel has the nicest things to say in the comments, so I don't know. Usually, but that comment does come off kind of like backhanded in a way because this is definitely not a performance. When it comes to Summer Walls, I do not. When I've tried to, I told Cher that in private. I take great offense to people purposely doing fuck shit when it comes to Summer Wells, the Summer Wells case, because I am heavily invested in this case. I mean, I understand you guys might not agree with it and stuff and choices I made, but I am invested, and that's how it is. I have a husband who is, being used as scapegoat. So obviously I'm heavily invested, and that's how it's going to remain until we get answers. So I will talk about what I want. And it's not a performance to me. It's not a game. It's not nothing. No, this is not a game to me. And that's why I had a problem with Cher and the shit she was doing, And that's why I would yell at her. And she's just, it's just a big crybaby. You know, I hurt her feelings, you know. Oh no. And this woman on here saying how'd she put it again? Oh, that Cher should have stayed the course. She should have stayed the course, but she fumbled the ball when she mentioned Ziggy's child. She should have stayed the course and kept scamming the community for money under the name of Summer Wells in order to get personal info on Fred and Ziggy. Yeah, that's okay, but she fucked up when she mentioned Ziggy's daughter. Not the fact that she's also, you know, she scammed the community in Summer Wells' name. I mean, are we okay? Like, it is very gross. She should not talk about my daughter, but point blank period, she scammed the freaking community. So there's that. Let's see what I will listen beginning in the car tomorrow. I was actually listening to your last night's live earlier today, but didn't make it more than 20. It's actually last night's is good too. See Cher's motive for sure. Yeah, we David came up earlier, but I wasn't intending on bringing him up, but he did come up a little bit earlier, and that's why I wanted to see, like, plus I think that you're going to be interested in the things that came up tonight. It's not, I mean, people might think of it as drama, but I think this is really gross. I would never waste my time talking about these losers if I didn't feel like it was important. I didn't feel it was important, because how many years have they been going after me, and I just don't care. I don't care. I don't hate these women. I don't hate Six Up. Please stop saying that. Okay? Unless you're just trying to piss me off, don't say I hate Six Up, because I don't hate Six Up. I don't hate that you have to freaking care what these people. I don't hate them. I don't think about them. They hate me for some reason. There's something wrong with them. Okay? There will be something wrong with me if I hated them. I don't hate them. I don't know them. I'm not invested in our lives nor care. Yeah, you could have exposed Ziggy only if you would have done it this way, you know? Yeah, I know. I did too, kind of, Diana. We'll keep an eye for sure. Wink, wink. We'll give them a chance, but that was a little of a warning. We got our eye on you. But no, seriously, we're not stupid over here, okay? We see, you know, just like we see your guys' little hit your undertones and the things that you say. We're paying attention. I was interested in Jay's stream the other night. She was really upset. Yeah. So, okay. I've been, talking enough. So I guess I will do a quick reading. It's 2.5 hours. I understand if anybody wants to leave or whatever, because it's not a tarot channel. I won't take offense. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me and stuff. I do think it's important, if you just got here, you rewind and listen to today and yesterday's. Usually there's nothing over here worth listening to, but I think today and yesterday's you should. I always know when it's stuff that you guys are going to want to listen to, and when it's just, I'm me over here just freaking. But these losers, every day of their lives, I don't want you guys wasting your time watching me paint my nails. But, losers like Six Up and the Circle Jerks, they live, that's what their lives, that's what they do. Like, it's weird. I'm trying to save you guys from that boredom, but they watch it and then rewatch it. I just don't get it. It's so boring. Yeah, it does show a lot about those people. That's everything backfired. I think it's so great. And this soup woman is so mad that Cher fumbled the ball is the word she used. I mean, these people tell on themselves. It was classic. It was just it was almost as great as when Cher made that post stating that she was working with Six Up all along. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I even said it, dear. I go, wow, you just told. I was kind of flabbergasted. I could not believe that she just told on herself, like, in front of everybody. Like, you literally just exposed yourself. You just made yourself look so stupid in front of the Summer Wells community. And I knew that was going to backfire so bad because she used Summer Wells. Ultimately, it's about Summer Wells. I know how much hate me and Fred get, but I knew that move was going to backfire bad, and it did. And that's why these people are trying to distance themselves to ones that were working in the background. But it's funny. This bitch, Soup, did the same thing and exposed herself. It said you should have stayed the course. You should have stayed the course. You fumbled the ball when you talked about Ziggy's daughter, or you played that clip from Ziggy's daughter. You should have did this. You should have did that. You are freaking weird. It's gross to be that invested. Oh my gosh, Gidry girl, I did lose it at the time, but I've had time to like cool down. So I'm one of those that when I hear something initially, I freaking lose my mind. You can ask. That's why I said when I first came on here that I had to actually calm down some before I went live. I was already talking to somebody like about this, beforehand and venting about the obviously when it comes to my daughter, that's going to be what bothers me the most. But I think as far as the community, I think they're going to be much more bothered about Summer Wells than people using Summer Wells. But yes, I'm obviously don't want any of these fools missing or mentioning my daughter or whatever, but they don't care. They do what they fucking want and they think it's okay because it's me and Fred and I've been dealing with this type of stuff for years, so it's I've kind of used to it in a way, which is really sad to say. And that's why, I have been trying to kind of step away a little bit and stuff and know that it's not a very healthy thing, it's these people are demented. Like, how far are they going to go? You know what I mean? What is the end game? So Pearl is a cold-hearted bitch who hides behind her illness. Yeah, she does. She like sounds so. This Pearl chick, Soup, and Six Up, their voice sound exactly the same. They sound like they're possessed by the devil. All of them. Andy admitted to abusing Jody and her children. No matter how anyone feels about Jody, the truth is the truth. He said numerous times. Why do people give Andy a pass? Yeah, I don't know. And Six Up should probably shut up about that situation. Like, I don't know who she thinks she is. Like, these. I mean, okay, sorry. I mean, I get on a roll about this shit. I can't take it. People don't understand. Yeah, Jody Sue's not my like favorite person, but you will always see me like what is right is right. You will always see me on the right, what I feel is the right thing to do. Even in times I'll be over here by myself saying it, even whether I'm right or wrong, you know, I could be wrong, but in my mind, I feel it's like the right thing to do at the time. Always, you know, that's just how I roll. And I'm not okay with this, which obviously I don't like this 666 chick, but I'm not, like I said, I don't hate her, but she definitely, I mean, I do agree with Jody Sue about her interpretation that 6up should just, you know, fuck all the way off on that. It's, you know, shouldn't be speaking on it. Pearl and Laura perplexed would get along well. Both said David's cancer. No, I was just talking about something like that earlier, Tiffany. That's what came up about. That's the topic that came up, is wishing ill of somebody when somebody's. So I brought up about when Jim passed away and how these freaking sick bitches right here, the circle jerks, you know, tried to kick me when I was down. And I said, I hurt so I hurt so bad. They weren't going to make me feel any worse. But what was sick about it is that they thought that they exploited me and used the opportunity. They thought they were going to push me over the edge. What were they trying to get me to do when they were, you know, blaming me for Jim's death and, you know, getting involved, having his sisters on there who were drug addicts and causing all kinds of family issues with his mom, and all on top of me dealing with his death. And, you know, like it was the worst pain I'd ever experienced. So it wasn't going to, you know, it wasn't doing anything to me at all. But it's just gross that that's what they were hoping to do. It's like, were they hoping that I would unalive myself? What were they hoping for? What are these people's end game? And I brought up, just like anybody who wishes ill on Tiffany or her child, you know, like during this situation, it's gross. Like, something's not right with you. I don't care how much you dislike somebody. That is freaking weird to have that much hate in your heart. That is not right. They sound like they're devil possessed when they say shit like this. Like, seriously. And you look at these people, all the ones saying it, all the ones doing it, are all like horrible people. Like, that's not normal. I'm sorry. Anybody who said, I don't care who you are, if you did say anything like that, I am going to have a problem with it. I honestly think they wanted you to have a complete breakdown, Ziggy. Yeah. They said Benny's karma. Yeah, karma. I mean, how sick can they be? That is like the most horrible shit to say. And that's what I said too earlier when I was bringing up my gym situation and stuff. I said, and I did bring up your situation, but I said yours was much more extreme, because it is. I'm not trying to compare our pains or whatever, because the pain you're dealing with the child, your is so much more, I mean, unimaginable. Okay. That's what blows my mind. It blows my mind that these people think, oh, well, this is a perfect opportunity that I'm going to freaking kick on or stomp on this person. Like, you know, like, what is wrong with them? That's not normal. I don't care it doesn't matter who the person is that it's happening to. Like, if it was 6up's child, you know what I mean? Like, would be sick and horrible for me to say, oh, that's 6up's karma, you know, because she's such a freak. I mean, I wouldn't even think that. Seriously. Like, 6up and her children are different people. Like, I don't think like that. And that's not okay. I mean, and that's so demented to even think or wish something like that on people anyways. That stuff, it doesn't harm the person you're wishing, it harms yourself more. That karma, I said, the karma from that situation, from these people wishing such ill will like that is going to be so, I mean, they're going to, I'm telling you, I already know. I don't have to do anything. Tiffany doesn't have to do anything. Nobody has to do anything. Nobody's going to do anything to these people. The karma that they're going to have is going to be unreal. And that's why I think it's funny that the truth is coming out about all these people, you know, this shit backfired on them. On Cher, these circle jerks, Ryan, all of them. I think it's hilarious that the truth's coming out. I think it needs to come out. I think it's sick. I think people should stop preying on people and exploiting them when during their vulnerabilities and using their vulnerabilities to fucking take advantage of them. It's disgusting. All in the name of Summer Wells, too, on top of that. And I'm about to bust a fucking... I heard Six Up has a Ziggy mural painted on her ceiling in the RV. Her pink Barbie RV, she says I mean, I don't know. Well, isn't she here? She caught all the money and misled everyone who thought they were donating for a lie detector test. You couldn't get a refund, and she would get her karma for doing that. Yeah, I would help anyone's child. Wouldn't care who it was. My worst enemy's child. I've never wished ill on them. Yeah, and see, that Angel girl was just saying something similar in the comments, like about if you know that. So that's why I was surprised to see her comments a little bit ago, but about I don't know how to take her message. So I understand why the person did hide her, but early she was making some similar comments about, you know, if you know something happened to, like on my Jody Sue video, she was saying things like if something happened to Jody Sue's daughter, you know, Ziggy would be, or not Jody Sue, if Ziggy if Jody Sue needed help, like Ziggy would be one of the first. I would absolutely help her get away if she wanted to do the right thing, and like in a heartbeat, like seriously. However, because I really don't believe that she's like a key, like somebody direct. I don't believe that, but part of me like wonders though, you know, I don't want to help somebody who could be directly involved. That's the only thing that holds me back, but I don't believe she's directly involved. I just think that she has some kind of guilty knowledge and has been kind of thrown in the middle of it. So yeah, I mean, this woman, she was this Angel woman who was in here earlier, was saying like I would help Jody Sue. I would be the very first, you know, I would. If she was, like, let's say she felt like she was in danger and wanting to get away, you know, or wanting to tell the truth about what she knew or whatever, but she can't obviously do that because she's living in the town, in that area, and it puts her at danger, and she needed somewhere to go or something like that. Like, yeah, I would absolutely, definitely promote something like that if that's what that was for. And if she was, you know, trying to get away from a situation, maybe she has some guilty knowledge of Andy or something. Okay. However, I wouldn't want to help somebody who was directly involved. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's iffy. I'm like, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but I would like, that's what I hope. I hope that I wish that Judy would save herself and her daughter, save who she can, because I kind of feel like she's protecting somebody, but that's just my opinion. You should know how many times they have done wrong. Let's see. You should know how many times have they done you wrong for Fred. They really have been after you since Fred. Yeah, that's a bit. So many here are full of shit. When it's them and their families, they're outraged. Yet others, they use heartbreaks for clicks and views. Yeah. Helped Jody several times, no questions asked, and she has come after me. right after and blame me for trying to hurt children. I don't know. Yeah. That's another thing. When you watch, if you do watch that review of Jody Sue, my Jody Sue video, that's one of the things I question because I don't understand what her feelings quite for me. I mean, I do in a way, okay? Like I was just saying a second ago, I like to put, yes, some people think, oh, Ziggy's stupid. She trusted Cher. Because, yes, I am a forgiving person and I am been humbled and had things in my life happen that has humbled me. So, yes, I am a give people chances or whatever. Let's see what was I do. I mean, I do try to give people chances. I wasn't I'm not people take it as naive or weak or whatever, but I want to believe the good in people and I give people the chances. It's not that I'm stupid. I mean, why does Cher think, why do people think I yelled at Cher? Like she she obviously was up to fuck shit in the background and I obviously was having feelings about it. Oh, there's Christy. Ziggy needs to blow up doll of herself to sell his merch so they can snuggle. I don't know. Like, I used to think some of these women, like that are on this circle jerk, it just amazes me. I used to think that they were actually strong women, and just listening to this clip here tonight has just shown me how weak these women. I mean, I've known for a while because they went along and teamed up with Six Up, and now I see that. But this really, it's just like, gosh, these women are so weak. They just go along like they are putting Six Up on some type of pedestal, and they have some kind of inflated sense of importance. I mean, it's so weird. It's so mind blowing. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Starry. She says, I've seen both Ziggy and TM be hounded and hate on here for years. Both have been kind to me, even when I didn't deserve it. You're both good people. I agree. Even when me and Tiffany never crossed the line, like I was just saying earlier too, we were talking about Benny. Benny was like my hazing into the community. Okay. But so I've definitely had my hazing. Okay, it's time to move on to somebody else. Like these people, it's been tried before by people better than you, people more intelligent than you years before. If Benny Keys couldn't have done it, couldn't do it, couldn't break me, then you guys are probably not going to do it. Don't you guys think that everything's been put out there before? I've kind of been hazed into the community. But I will say, Tiffany, no, she never. Hold on. Oh, God, I'm afraid of listening to this. Don't you guys?
And messing with her men. They're all going to turn on each other. It's just a matter of time. Let the dead bury the dead. And I mean that figuratively.
Look, there was a time, I mean, not as big financially, but in impact and influence. There was a time when I never thought, but Benny Keys, it was untouchable for so long. He got away with so much bullshit. And it was like YouTube and police, they will never come for him. Look what happened. And yeah, I'm going to say this. And again, I wish nothing but health and long life and happiness to her son. So don't start that bullshit. But again, Tiffany Marie, she thought her life was untouchable. You never know what life has got in store for you.
That is true. And before y'all start no. The point is, careful. Just be careful.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't you be talking?
Anybody in any situation, like I've said this before, I was in the cinema in the morning and I was in intensive care in the evening, and then that was it. It was wheels. Yep. You never know what is going to happen.
You really don't.
No, you guys are saying it in a way like she deserves it. And part of that was said in a way. Oh, the way they said that. Oh, you just throw. You really don't know. I heard that you guys were sitting there trying to act like she deserved it in some way, and that is gross. Oh, it's some kind of karma. That is just very strange. Do these people just be careful? If anybody should be given that warning, it should be you guys. I mean, look at your behavior. You come on here day after day and just harass. Like that's you obsess day in day out. This is I mean, it's weird. You should be given that warning. You need to watch out what we are fine. We know who we are. Thought, look at Tiffany Marie. What is that even supposed to fucking? Well, I mean, then they try to play it off like they were trying to say something could just come up in a second, but then then it's like, I need to listen to that again.
Territory and messing with our money. They're all going to turn on each other. It's just a matter of time. Let the dead bury the dead. And I mean that figuratively.
Look, there was a time, I mean, not as big financially, but in impact and influence. There was a time when I never thought, but Benny Keys, it was untouchable for so long. He got away with so much bullshit. And it was like YouTube and police, they will never come for him. Look what happened. And yeah, I'm going to say this. And again, I wish nothing but health and long life and happiness to her son. So don't start that bullshit. But again, Tiffany Marie, she thought her life was untouchable. You never know what life has got in store for you.
That is true. And before y'all start no. The point is, careful. Just be careful. You don't want to be, yeah.
Why do you think, I don't know why they think that Tiffany Marie thought her life was untouchable. I just don't understand. They're just trying to throw a jab and act like she deserved it or something. I don't get, I'm seriously trying to rack my mind and think why they thought that Tiffany Marie, where they got the impression that Tiffany Marie thought her life was untouchable. I just don't know where. I'm seriously. Do you guys have any idea like where she would have got that? Because I don't. I'm being serious. I'm trying to think. I don't. I seriously, and I know. I do not. I really, really don't like those ladies. Yes, that's true. But where did they get that? And yeah, that whole Benny situation too was really sad too. Yeah, they should probably just not talk about stuff that they don't know anything about. They're a bunch of wannabes and are very jealous. Yep, treat others like you want to be treated. That's what I think of when I say karma, it's like, it's the same thing, but I do believe in karma though. I do, but I don't believe it in a like witchcrafty way or something. Same as everyone you don't know until you know, and you want to wish it on your worst enemy. Yes. So even when you're going through horrible things, like what Tiffany is going through, like she's, does, like she even said she doesn't wish that on you. Even when I was dealing, I just don't understand that. I don't understand wishing that type of, to me, that's incredibly immature too, because these women are like, oh, like I was saying in my post, definitely. I mean, 15 years Tiffany senior, 10 plus my years my senior, and that's how they act. And you know, their lives have to be miserable. It's kind of, it's sad that you can be 60-year-old old hag maid, old ladies, old maids, miserable in your lives, obviously. Don't have anything better to do. You don't have like grandkids or somebody or a child to spend time with, or like a bingo game to freaking attend. Skippo. My grandma liked canasta. Old maid would be a good one for you guys. Anything canasta? What's my grandma and I, we used to play canasta all the time. Euchre. Euchre is not much of a granny type game, but seriously, it's much more productive than. I must be 70 years old. That's crazy. That's much more than 10 years my senior. Tiffany, have you looked at your demographics before? It's sad. Okay, well, it's good. I love it. I love it that my audience is mostly older than me. I love it. I love it on one hand, but it's sad on the other to see like that, you know, a lot of these women though are also haters. Obviously, there's some that are and most of my audience is like from, it's like 50 to 65. Pick up sticks. When I'm a Mimo, I just want to be with my grandbabies and have sleepovers and have Sunday dinners and bring them shopping. Nope, not these great grannies. not these grannies. And hey, I could very much be a granny. Like I'm the age to be a granny. So, and there's grannies my age, so there's nothing wrong with being a granny. But what's wrong with being is being a granny who obsesses about somebody they don't know, like actually has hate or, you know, obsesses about somebody on the internet all day. That's weird. When you're 60 years old, you would think that you would have like a lot more going on for your life. You would have like children, or I mean maybe they're retired or something, but I mean, you don't have any type of goals or anything positive to put your time towards. That's what you do all day. It conspire of how you.
You're a stiff granny.
Huh?
You're a stiff granny.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have no problem with grannies. Like, go grannies. Yeah, YouTube demographics. Yes. I'm 61.5, but my heart's 40, right? That's how I feel too. I feel like 25 on the inside. I don't know. Maybe more like I'm more wiser. I'm much more wiser than I was when I was 25, for sure. But I was using drugs then too and partying. So like, but no, I love that fact that most of my, the demographic is between 45 to 65. Literally like 65% of my channel or something crazy. Like maybe I even might have been even more, like 75% of my channel is like 45 to 65 years old. So that means that 65% of the community or whatever it is older than me. That's in my community that watches me. is older than me, and I like that because you learn stuff from older people. From old, I like to be around people I can learn from. Okay, I love it. I do love learning, but it's also concerning at the same time because we've seen how a lot of the people in the community act, and it's concerning that we have that most of the community is an older generation and supposed to be kind of more mature. It's scary, when we see what's actually going on. My brain says 18, my body says fuck you. With that confused Ziggy look, I'm so glad I came in here. So hilarious, your facial expressions. You don't have any type of goal. Seriously. Yeah, because you're probably, it's probably funny to you because you probably think the same exact thing. And you feel my emotion. Like, that's what it baffles me. Like, think about you cook dinner. Like, I talked to Tiffy, and she'll be cooking dinner or whatever, or she'll be going to get groceries, or you know what I mean? Like, she'll be on the go doing something. She's definitely not like, it's not ever like, hey Tiffany, what are you doing? I'm on the internet trolling this loser like that I'm obsessed with for like 5 years now. That's my favorite pastime. No, she's always, out. She's cleaning. She's out and about, going to appointments. She's always out doing something. Don't you guys have stuff like that going on ever? Don't you ever like cook dinner or? Is that why PG freaking posted that, and Cher posted these like stock photos of their dinners, or are their lives that pathetic that they have to take stock photos like off the internet of, oh, look what I made for Thanksgiving, and it's like something off the internet. That was really funny when that shit happened, dude. I mean, I better stop because I have to pee, and I'm afraid I'm gonna make myself pee. That's one of my favorite Ziggy's Gale. That's why I was saying that Tiffany should watch all this, because I think she would give her kind of a little bit of try to escape. But and people, I think it's gross that people try to make. I'm not going to use anybody's example, but just trying to make somebody feel worse, or when they're dealing with something really traumatic or whatever. Why would you? I just don't get the whole like. It doesn't just light bulb does not go off in my head. Oh, that person's child just passed away. I'm gonna go fuck with them hardcore because this is a great opportunity. Maybe they'll freaking unalive themselves. Dude, that made me feel so sick saying that. Like, ew, what is wrong with you people? There are a lot of factors that make up the audience: health, physical, mental, employment, all kinds of probably. No 6 up, blue. You mean blew off Thanksgiving last year? Yeah, she had she yeah, Ziggy was more important. I'm glad. I mean, it's I worry about these people. It's concerning to me that they're going to these extremes, because it's like, if you're missing holidays and being with your kids because you would rather go on and talk about Ziggy and, obsess about Ziggy, that is a problem. That's an addiction, and it's creepy, and it's very concerning. I feel like I need a lawyer and a shower. Remember when she spent all night I think she was just, somebody showed me a live recently. It was like a 9-hour live or something crazy. A 6-year-old grandson right now, and he's actually as tall as I am. I'm 4'9". Oh my gosh, are you serious? You're tiny. He was 10 pounds 3 ounces when he was born. I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me why people think that that's just it's like they're trying to make this person have some kind of mental breakdown. They're trying to it's what they're treating the person's life as if it's like it's some kind of video game, They're trying to control the person that's from the outside. I don't know. They get off on that shit or something. It's weird, and it's obsession. And people should stop promoting this mental illness called Ziggy addiction or Ziggy obsession. I don't know. What should we name it? Well, I guess we should call it friggy because it's kind of a combination illness. It's not just, it's a poly illness or whatever they're called. It's a dual diagnosis. No, it's a two for one. So we're gonna call it the friggy obsession. I don't know. My dad turned 80 and just announced he's done partying. Aw. Yes, you're gonna just wanted to get a little YouTube catch up. You should, Christy, watch mine from last night. Yesterday's is pretty good too. I mean, if I do say so myself, I don't mean it because of me. I mean it because it's just information that I think you guys would like. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, like I was saying earlier, I'm not going to sit here and promote a live I did last night if I was just sitting here doing my nails and, that's a waste of your time. That's the thing. They really do think that way, and chats have been leaked to that effect, seeing why everyone and people still because they're yeah, Ziggy, why would you do that? I don't know. Could you give me an example, Kimberly Long? I need an example. You better have a good one. Because these people, they come on and be like, yeah, Ziggy, well, you did this, Ziggy lied, she's a scammer. People be like, yeah, I know Ziggy did this or did. It's like, then they'll bring up say the CPS. It's like, hello, for the fucking 5 gazillion times, that was not a CPS. I didn't have any CPS documents. It was a source. Oh, just a woman who claimed to have this information, and I put it out there as such. I never said it was CPS leak or anything like that. This woman claimed, and whether how I handled it or whatever could have been a little bit different. I don't know, but it was not any CPS documents. I never saw any documents. It was all this lady's words. She was like an intern or something, or doing some kind of schooling, she said, and in Hawkins, and claimed to have this information. And I always put it out like that. I put the text exactly how it happened. I've always put out things how they happen, but people never freaking look at the receipts. Just like the Cindy situation where people want to like turn that into scammer. It's like, hello, I have the whole freaking call out there of her, contacting me and basically begging me to take this loan. It might take me all week. Not gonna lie, I have to go to bed. Yeah, go get some sleep. I have a lot to do too. I mean, oh gosh, man, I have a lot to do. I was supposed to have a live tomorrow, or planned on a live tomorrow, but I don't know if it's going to end up happening because I have so much going on. I want it to. We were going to have a good live for you guys tomorrow, but we'll see. It will definitely coming to you guys near you soon, and you'll definitely want to watch it if you miss it. You'll have to add it to your catching up. Play next. This is the longest. Yeah, this is the longest. I've been 3 hours. Dude, I have shit I need to be doing. I shouldn't be live. Oh my God. I don't know why it seems like the last few days I haven't had time to slow down, and I haven't got any, and there's literally nothing I've got done. Like, I haven't got that freaking little ad done I'm supposed to do. I'm taking these classes that I'm behind. I'm not behind. I'm just not where I want to be. Oh my God, dude. I've got kind of a lot going on right now. I too much going on. That's the thing. And it's my fault. I shouldn't have done that to myself, but it just seems like I can't get it. It seems like I have so much going on, but not any time to get it done. But I don't know. Yes, prayers for Tiffany and David for sure. Because they're like the dynamic duo, the partners in crime, So it's really, they're just a team. That's how it's been. And that's how it needs to remain. And it will. So we need to definitely pray. Keep the green hearts for David and, prayers definitely. And definitely no negative energy right now at such a time, about towards that. I just don't get that. I just don't understand why that's even necessary. That's so immature. It does nothing but harm yourself. Truly, guys. It really doesn't. Oh, thank you, Starry Night. I really appreciate that. I know you do need to motivate me. Remind tomorrow. Make sure I got like a couple chapters done, and I got at least one of the sponsorship things. That little commercial thing. I have to turn it in to make sure have it approved to put it to post. I have to. It has to be up and active by the 31st. I have to. Gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how. And then I have to get this course done by the 6th. I don't know how I'm going to do it. See, that's what I don't get. It's like, how do I have all this stuff going on? I don't have time for it. I can't imagine finding time to spend my life talking about these people. I haven't even been going live that much, guys. I was live yesterday a little bit, but you guys have seen I wasn't live for a few days. I haven't been going live, and I just I don't feel like I have the time to get all this shit done. And these people are live 24/7 about Freaky. It creeps me out. It's like, what is their end game? What are they trying to accomplish? Why? What did I do to them? It keeps going, and you guys see this going on a downward spiral slowly, and it's starting to get people's attention, and stuff's starting to backfire, and people are starting to see, okay, this is a little crazy. It's seriously raised to the level of harassment charges, in my opinion, or I don't feel like I'm exaggerating whatsoever. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think the worst part is the exploitation in Summer Wells. I just think that's the main thing we should focus on, though. I don't feel like a victim or anything, but I do feel like I have I do feel like these people have been harassing the fuck out of us. Absolutely. And trying like to cause some financial damage to us, any type of hurt or anything that they could cause towards us. They've been wishing, hoping, praying, and it's gross. Thank you so much, Starry Night. That was sweet of you. What does that mean? Does that mean you're tired or you're laughing? No, I didn't call you old. Not at all. I said I liked my older. I said I'm 44, so I'm only like a year younger than the 45 to 65 demographic. I was just saying, like, literally, like 65% of my audience is older than I am, which I liked. I do. I like that. Like, I think that says a lot. But at the time, it's also like, that also shows that probably a lot of those people are haters too. Because these haters, they're still fans. They still follow, right? Yeah. And they've crossed the line. And, if it keeps going on like this, if people keep allowing or desensitizing, they're trying to desensitize the public and make people, the community, I'm sorry, the public. They're trying to desensitize the community and make it seem like it's okay or it's not okay if you do this or that, unless it's friggy or so-and-so. And this whole, like, how far it's gone now, and scamming is going so far by scamming the community and exploiting Summer Wells just to try to do it. Like, what is next? What's your next? How far are they going to take this? This is creepy. Okay. And I think that there's an issue here, and people should not be okay with it. And it's not just about, Fred and myself. Nobody should be okay with whoever it was. I get that not a lot of people understand Fred and me, or they don't understand our relationship or whatever. But that doesn't mean that gives people the right to, think it's okay. Scam the community in the name of Summer Wells just to try to get personal info about us, that doesn't give them a right to exploit Summer Wells. Like, it doesn't. They act like, oh, it's okay that they were doing that as long as they were getting information about Ziggy and Fred and, personal information, as long as they were, but Cher fumbled, she didn't stay on track. She messed up by mentioning Ziggy's daughter. It's just, I can't get over that. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Diana reminded me by saying this is the longest live in a while, and it really is. I think last night's was kind of long too, in a way, but not this, like this. Who are you talking about, white boy? Huh. I haven't heard much about that. I'll have to look into that, but of course, he's not my favorite person, but I don't wish, him death or harm. I'm not going to sit here and, oh, this is a perfect time that I'm going to freaking, wish hate on white boy. Let's troll the fuck out of him right now while he's in the hospital. That's how these people think. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Aw. Poor backs. All right, guys. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll